Happy New Year, everybody. It's See It with C. My name is Carlene, and this is my channel, See It with C. Happy New Year. And here for special edition of the Monday Meetup, basically just to wish you all a Happy New Year, talk about the year 2023, preview for next year. I have a very exciting announcement coming at you today. And then what else? Hopefully, I guess maybe you all preparing brunch or something. I know for me, I have my afternoon. Usually the Monday meetups are a little later in the evening, about 8 o'clock. And usually it's just made for trip announcements. But today I have a lot of stuff going on. It's weird. I had nothing to do New Year's Eve, which I was totally fine with. But a couple of events today, like a birthday party, a meetup with some of my DC political friends. So I am here doing our 2023 year in review and highlighting previewing 2024. So hopefully I'll just basically run my mouth while you all are either waking up or cooking brunch. I don't know if you guys do New Year's brunch or whatever you're doing. And then I'll review 2023 about maybe the halfway mark, or before I talk about 2024, I'll give you my big announcement. And then talk a little bit about 2024, and then we all can go on our merry way and enjoy our the rest of our New Year's Day. All right, let's get into the chat to see who is here. I see people are slowly coming in. Good morning, everybody. So first off, we have Margaret Logan. Happy New Year, Margaret. Love that. Is that Afro Unicorn on your shirt? Love the shirt. Happy New Year. Glad you made it into the new year with us. Next up, we have Phil and D's Travel Spree. Happy New Year, Texas fam. Hope y'all are doing well and had a wonderful... Ooh. Oh, child, I thought I was under attack. 1 second. My lip gloss went rolling. I was like, what is that? Okay. Because last night I learned how many of my neighbors have guns. That's interesting because usually I travel New Year's Eve. So anyway, on high alert, living in the heart of DC, I don't never know what a pop or sound is. Anyway, back to how I say hi to Phil and D. Hope you all had a wonderful New Year's Eve and Christmas. I love your holiday photo. So good to see y'all here this morning. Parker's on the go saying good morning, C. Happy New Year. Good morning, Parker's on the go. And the Parkers just got back from, I believe, Orlando area. So that was a cool way to bring in the new year. They had a wonderful recap of their 2023 and all their videos and content. It was kind of cool to relive all of those moments. So shout out to Parkers on the Go for curating their lovely 2023 in review. And check out their channel if you haven't, as well as Phil and D. They have a channel too. Shawana Creative Circles here. Oh, Shawana! I love the fresh face cap. Not everybody can wear a baseball cap. So I love that. Shawana Creative Circle is someone I was able to meet in 2023 in person on the Melanin at Sea group cruise. So we'll talk about that as I'm recapping the 2023 year. And she's also a creator and also a really great talent in making like reefs and other hands crafty thing. If you need like a door reef or something for your cruises, hit up Shawana. Go Big Go. Hey, Miss Vicky. Miss Vicky is here saying Happy New Year. Thank you. Miss Vicky was the first person in 2023 to give me a super chat talking about a recap. Of course, Kristen is here. Happy New Year, Kristen. Kristen saying hi to everyone in the chat. I'm hoping that you all had a prosperous new year. And it was so good to see Kristen again in 2023 because I don't think I saw Kristen since the first Melanin at Sea until it was Sisterhood at Sea. So cool. Good to see Kristen. Gina's World is here saying hello, good morning, and Happy New Year. Good morning. What are y'all doing this New Year's Eve? New Year's morning. Are y'all cooking breakfast? Are y'all just waking up? Are y'all recovering from whatever yesterday's activities were? Let me know in the chat. Desiree is here. Desiree is somebody else I got to connect in 2023. I also got to meet, I skipped one. I also got to meet Kelly in 2023 saying Happy New Year from my Midwest fam, Kelly, and folks are speaking. So yeah, let's get into it real quick. 2023, starting from the top. Anybody else? I haven't had a cheerleading coach that will always like from the top. So what do we start? So 2023, channel-wise, and also like, as we're going through the year, comment on like, what you did that month. That was like outstanding. I know sometimes like some years can be funky. I don't think I've ever had a bad year. However, the end, like the absolute end of this year, tested all of me. Like even to like the point of yesterday, of like, you know, everything was cool all year. December was just like pow, 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 like all these things. And even to the point like yesterday, I'm like washing clothes and try to do the whole like not empty closet, wash clothes before, you know, bringing in the new year. And my washing machine starts acting weird. So I'm like, okay, 2023, you know, casually see your way out, and you know, we're gonna get this 2024 party started. But I don't believe, and I'm always like suspicious of people who like every year is a bad year, or you're always ready to get out of the year. I do know like things happen to people, but I'm like, how do you have a bad year every year? But anyway, so yeah, 2023 was good to me, but it was peak adulting in the month of December for some reason. Okay, so starting from the top. And let's go into January. So if you all know, I think I began the year with about 500 subscribers, and I rang the new year in 2023 in South Africa. That was my New Year's trip. I usually go somewhere for New Year's. This year, I think I traveled too much to be somewhere today, which is actually, it worked out that I did not go anywhere, thanks to all the adulting that happened in December. But I rang the new year in South Africa. That vlog, if you haven't seen it, that was my highest viewed vlog and also brought in the most subs. So shout out to, I don't know, hopefully you have still some subscribers from South Africa who are still hanging out. I know most of my content is like American cruise content, and you probably like, where's the African content? But I'm hoping to get back on the continent soon. So yeah, shout out to that. I think I made like 120 subscribers off that video. So if you haven't seen the South Africa video, check it out. You're interested in land-based vacations, check that out. So anybody else have any like great things that happened in January 2023 for you? While y'all are typing that, Sig is in the chat saying, good morning, happy new year. Good morning, Sig. I hope you enjoyed hanging out in Fort Lauderdale. Kelly says she is just waking up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I had an early start this morning. Also, I think drank too much caffeine. I was like up all night, like back and forth. One, also thinking about my washing machine, because I was like, Jesus, I don't want to buy a washing machine. But anywho, who else? We got Sig. Sig says this new year day, so far I'm drinking coffee in bed. Okay. Trying to be like you, Sig. Yeah, usually I would have like preferred to sleep in. However, I have to be, and this live is usually later. So usually know, for those who are new, I usually do the Monday meetup before I travel. There's no trip. However, we do have a big announcement today. And I usually do this around 8:00 p.m. However, at 1 o'clock, I have a birthday party, and then at 5:03, I have a meetup. So I was like, let me meet with y'all in the morning. Hopefully, we wake up together and then get the day started. So I'm jealous, Sig. I have a confession. This is not coffee. Kristen says, about to pop my breakfast meal prep in the oven and air fryer. Already down 7 pounds. Let's go. All right, Kristen, starting off the new year strong. So yeah, that was January. So see, start off the new year with the meal prep and 7 pounds down. So that was January for me. And yeah, I rang the new year in, and I just remember, like, some of y'all might have saw I posted this picture of me like laid out on like this lounger. That was in South Africa, and I made a promise to myself, because at the end of 2022, I was like burnt out. And it was so funny because something happened to my dad, where I'm a very planned person. And I was like, at the end of 2022, I was like running on fumes. And I was like, okay, if I can just get these 3 things done, I can wrap up my year. And literally something happened to my dad, and like everything that I learned about, like, I have to, hit the marks and hit all the goals and all the objectives and like that went out the window. And I kind of took that in with me in 2023 of like, slow down. If you don't want to go somewhere, tell people no. You don't want to do something, tell people no. You don't have to answer every phone call. You don't have to respond to every email. You don't have to be the person that helps people in all the situations. I also read Rest is Resistance. So 2023 was a lot of like, what was that? One of the years I had like a year of yes, whenever Shonda Rhimes wrote that book. 2023 was my year of like, no, like hell no. So Sig is telling Kristen, congrats. Yes, Kristen, congrats, and great start. And we are here to cheer you on. whatever your goal may be, it's just about being healthy. So cool beans. Y'all see my mug? That's my new cruise line, favorite cruise line. Phil D says the notification woke me up just getting up and watching to bring in 2024. I don't know what watching you to bring in 2024. Oh, okay, cool. That sounds like y'all were in bed last night. So that was January. I'm trying to think. Did I do anything? February was. I gotta pull up. I have these apps. Oh, February was Greece. So February was February 2023. So I didn't start the year with cruising, if y'all noticed. So January, South Africa. Then February was I did a mileage run to Greece or Athens to basically I want to keep my status on American Airlines because they have been dominating the DC market, or my airport is DCA. So they're dominating the market, and I wanted to keep my status. So I was like, okay, technically I could have did a status run to London, but that wouldn't have been enough miles. So I was like, I didn't really want to go a place that I've already been. So I ended up going to London or Greece because I wanted to try something new. And that was interesting because I think I had like this crazy layover where like my plane came in late. I missed the flight, and then I was just sitting in London airport for like 12 hours. And so I was supposed to be in Greece for like 2.5 days, and I ended up literally being in Greece for 24 hours. There's a vlog about that. So anybody who likes land-based vacations, that's your blog for you. So yeah, anybody else have anything exciting that happened in February 2023? Put in the chat. I'm gonna keep going to these comments. Folks are saying, congrats, Kristen. Yes, congrats, Kristen. We are so excited for you. And look, girl, share some of the tips. What should I be eating in the morning? Because, I would like to, I've been affectionately calling the section around my midsection is the chunk. So I need some tips to what is it called? Train. Can't remember the chunk. Like I'm trying to get it to like come in a little bit, especially after like 3 cruises back to back. 6 says caffeine. Yes, you seem very alert this morning. Well, you gotta like stand on your head when people come to lives. Otherwise, people have the attention span of like birds these days. So you gotta like, have the hands and be perky and have some coffee. Who else is here? G Harris Bateman is saying Happy New Year. Welcome in, G. And Ken Hill is saying good morning. And Kristen is thanking everybody. Yes, thank you. So what else? So that was February. Was the whole Greece went there. I would love to get back to Greece. I felt like I just scratched the surface. I want to go back to Athens for like one more day just to finish up. Oh, I didn't get to see what's up on the hill? Is it the Parthenon? Or am I getting convinced with Rome? The thing that's up on the hill. I'm like losing but anyway, when I went, it was closed. So I want to go up to see that. And then I want to do like the Greek islands. And I think like for Greek islands, I don't think I necessarily want to cruise those. Like, I'll get on a cruise for anything. But because each one has a distinct personality, I would love to fly back into Athens and then like you can ferry from island to island. I would love to do that. So that was February in Greece. Who else we got? Parks on the Go says took our first Disney cruise and went to San Antonio for WWE. Also met the parents, one of my favorite wrestlers. Oh, pretty dope. Yeah. So Parkers on the Go is talking about their January. Yeah, y'all started off strong, especially with that epic, like, I'm about to like run off camera. I left this heater and it's like pointing directly on me, but I don't think y'all need to see the sweatpants. But anyway, y'all had an epic start to like your year, and y'all had that epic, was it that intro, like the best intro ever? Still haven't seen an intro to top it. Maybe your Ascent intro might have kind of topped the Disney intro, but that was kind of dope, especially to see like the whole process of selling out of Galveston, because as a hint for 2024, my family is selling out of Galveston. Sig says, wait, what are you drinking? I am getting in brunch mode, Sig. So there is fruit and Prosecco in here. So yeah, I am getting brunch ready, but figured I would chat with y'all for a bit. So That's what. Oh, Team Reese is here. Hi, Team Reese. Welcome in. She's saying, "Hey, good morning." See in the chat. Good morning. Welcome in. And Six says, "Yes, you have to take care of you first." Absolutely, because 2022 taught me like you can do all the things, and you can do it well. You can do it to the best of your ability. You can extend yourself. You can go above and beyond, and people won't recognize that. So 2023 taught me that, people are going to build whatever narrative they want to build. So you may as well, do what works for you. So, and this is more talking about more like my career life and political life. So instead of me bending over backwards of like, yeah, I'm going to go to this event that I really don't want to go to, and I really just want to be in my house in my pajamas, like I chose the PJs instead of like whatever narrative people want to build about, was I working, was I not working? So, and I chose this channel. So definitely it was more about 2023, like choosing me, slowing down a bit. And I think I had a great time doing that. And it also taught me how to like sit with some of the thoughts of like, well, what if people think this? And it's really taught me of like getting more into like, I can't say I perfected this, but getting more into like, who cares? So yeah, definitely learning to take care of me first. Kelly Angel Tony is saying good morning to Team Reese. And Team people are speaking back. So, all right. So you talked about February. Parkers on the Go says their February was highlighted by their first BYOC of 2023, which I missed and I was pissed. So they had the BYOC on Celebrity Summit. And I don't know what, I thought I was being irresponsible. Like sometimes the responsible choice is to book the trip. And in that case, the responsible choice would have been to book the Celebrity Summit because that trip was like $600. Like, but in my head, I was like, no, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna see. And then as soon as like it was like 2 weeks, and then that trip went up to like $1,000. So I missed the BYOC for 2023. However, I am making up for it in 2024. Doubly. So that's the cool part. Now I'm sitting here trying to figure out, hold on, got to go back to find my that's going the wrong way. Old trips. March trips. I have to like look what I did because otherwise I won't remember. Okay, so there was nothing in March, was there? Nope. Yep, March was off. So I had no trips in March. Anybody do anything fun in March? Because I don't think I had any trips, any cruises in March. So what did Sig say? Sig was also took her first celebrity cruise on the Summit with Parkers on the Go. And they were basically sold on Celebrity from that trip, only to, again, experience Celebrity like later in the year. It's interesting. Have y'all talked about like the difference between like the Summit and the Ascent? Like, I think we're like the service still the same. I'm curious to hear more about that. But anyway, your favorite couple is here saying Happy New Year. They are fresh off of Carnival Jubilee, that on the inaugural selling Fancy Pants. So yeah, they have their content that they started. They had a live stream from Jubilee. They had their boarding day video drop from Jubilee. I think I owe y'all comments on those because I think I was on my bike trying to lose 7 pounds like Kristen. But I watched it and I didn't get to comment. But yeah, if you are interested in any of the Carnival Jubilee content, your favorite couple has that for you. And folks are speaking. So yeah. So off to, I don't think I did anything in March. Let me know if y'all did anything in March. I'm sorry. So then April. So April, my family does a yearly trip together, and it's usually a cruise and usually a Carnival cruise. So we did the Carnival Legend out of Baltimore. And that was actually a series that got a lot of hits. Like I know people like to like try to find like the newest ship and that kind of thing. But for you creators, like a lot of times the smaller ports, people are truly looking for help, assistance, want to see like what it's like to go out of like different ports, different ships. So that series did pretty well for me. And I won the Legend of the Lido competition on that cruise, which was so funny because I had no plans on doing it. It was truly a moment that like I put the camera down. One of my younger cousins caught it on her camera. It came out a little warped, but yeah, it was weird to like win that kind of competition because they do it on day 2, and for like the rest of the cruise, everybody is like, Lido legend, you're the legend of the Lido. So it was kind of like fun the first day, but then like by day 3 or 4, when you like want to hide and just like have your quiet moments and like you are truly like stopping. I was like, I don't know how celebrities do it. But yeah, that was a cool cruise with my family. We had 10, it was an all girls cruise. For some reason, all the guys in our family backed out. So it was 10 women from my family of all generations. From the youngest on the group was 2. And the oldest was, how old was my Aunt Faye? 76, I think. And we had just a good old time. So we sat on that cruise and planned our cruise for 2024, which I think you all will really, really like. As a family. G Harris Baby says they took their first Disney cruise. Awesome. Which ship was it, G? Because somebody was asking me about the Disney Wish, and I was like, I think like Disney Wish was okay, but I've been told that some of the other Disney ships have like a better personality, so they might not be the newest, but they have more of a strong personality than the Wish. So I'm curious to see which cruise you went on. Team Reese says, I'm definitely building more downtime into 2024. And that's funny you say that, Team Reese, because I get to December, the big life event that happened in December, which I'll talk about, had me like cut out something for the new year. So I decided like, usually I teach a course at University of Maryland in the spring. And I decided instead of like teaching that course, because I teach it on my day off, I was going to use the time. Fridays are my day off from the job that pays the big bills. I usually taught a course on Fridays at University of Maryland, and I decided for spring I wasn't going to do it, and basically use Fridays to focus on one, myself, self-care, etc. But then 2, like building my channel content, building my travel agency, that kind of thing. So using the Fridays off. So I might not make as much money as teaching the course. However, I'll have more of the free time. I don't have to worry about students calling me and can I get a regrade? Can you look at this assignment? I'll be able to focus solely on See It With C channel and the See It With C Travel Boutique. So I'm excited about the free time, because sometimes you got to let something go to like get something. And not that I really want to get, maybe the getting is the extra time. Maybe the getting is to like work on a passion project. So I'm sitting here ministering to myself. So, yeah, I'm definitely like build more time, downtime, because it frees up time for what you really want to do. And I really enjoy teaching, but it's always like about like, I'm excited the first 3 classes. And then like right before like about March till class ends in June, I'm like, all right, you got to get up, like get there. So yeah, whereas like I can do travel, I can research travel, I can do these videos. Editing's still not my favorite, but this is more like, I don't mind doing this. I mean, it has so many different iterations that keep like things exciting and fresh. So people are speaking. Why YFC has a new nickname thanks to Phil and GD. And Kristen says, I'm over here. I'm always going to choose the PJs. Yes, I am. And I like to get fancied up, but like I am all about comfort. I really am about comfort. Like my happy place is like anything that doesn't stress me. And like some days I want to be fancy, and other days I'm just like, my new thing is put on a sweater dress. That has been like the evolution of like from sweatpants to like put on a sweater dress. That at least me gets out the house. So yeah. All right. So tell me the great things that happen in travel wise, whatever personal wise in April. I told you my family, we did our family cruise. I feel like I'm missing one, but I'm not. But we did our family cruise on Carnival Legend, April 2023. That series was out, I think it was like 3 videos. And then now we're off to May. I'm just gonna look at my apps. I have all these apps that helps me track where I am or what did I do. So I use Shipmate, of course, for tracking cruises. And I use this app called TripIt, which helps me keep track of like land-based. And basically like TripIt, you can just email yourself like whatever your confirmation is, and it automatically like puts it in your calendar. So like if you book a ticket, it'll like automatically integrates into my calendar and says like you fly out on this day, you land here, Then I integrate like my hotel stay. It puts everything in one like itinerary for me. So I'm just looking to make sure I didn't miss anything for, yeah. Yep. Nope. Yep. So April was the first cruise. April was the first land or cruise trip that I took in 2023. All right. So now we are on to May. So May is starting with like the warmer months where, this is when, travel season starts picking up with people, better weather, the prices increase. However, May was my first MSC cruise. It was my first MSC cruise. It was MSC Meraviglia. It was out of what is it called? Red Hook, or no, I'm making up stuff. It was out of the Queens. It's not the Manhattan cruise terminal, but whatever the other cruise terminal. I think it's in Queens, because whatever cruise terminal was in, I remember taxi cab drivers did not want to take me. So like 2 drivers were like, and then 1 driver was like, okay, get in. But bless his heart, he didn't really know where he was going, but together we made it work. So yeah, MSC Meraviglia was my first trip on MSC. It was a 7-day to, where was this? Bahamas, I believe, just like Nassau, Ocean Cay. There was a really great group of solo cruisers. And I was telling somebody, because I did 2 MSC cruises in the last year. I did Seascape and I did Meraviglia. I think Meraviglia, like Seascape was a bigger ship. There was more activities, or no, I'm sorry. Seascape was a bigger ship. It had more venues, pretty. Meraviglia, however, I think had a better personality. I love the layout, which kind of like all the activities really brought people in. Actually, a lady I met in the pool in the Seascape, she was like, yeah, I was on the Meraviglia in March, and like I thought Meraviglia was better than Seascape. And I was like, you know what, I have to agree. Like Meraviglia had a stronger personality, but it was still MSC, and it was still all the things you have to navigate related to MSC. But on that cruise though, I went solo. That was my first solo cruise of the year. And it was a great group of solo cruisers on that ship. So that was my first time like actually doing a solo meetup. And the first night we connected, actually it was unhosted, or maybe the host didn't come. I don't know. MSC, they can be anyway. But one of the ladies who was it was like a meetup was in the pub. And this lady was literally going around. She was like, are you solo? Are you solo? And then she got us all at one table. She was a cruiser too. And after day 1, we were all like running around together in a pack. So it was cool. It was actually a good group of folks to like cruise with. But I like the setup of Meraviglia, especially for like its parties, because they will always have one party inside. And because like the floors were only like 2, it was like basically the parties were in the middle of the ship. So you can look down and around, whereas Seascape, the parties were like towards the front and you only could like look down a really small compartment. And Meraviglia kind of brought everybody more together. And I like the way they did the nightclub it was an outside nightclub. So basically you're partying on the back of the boat, and then they had like another space for indoor, but like you had the indoor outdoor, which, for the germs, really great. But I kind of preferred Meraviglia over Seascape. But both were heavy MSC. Heavy on the MSC vibes. And those of you know. TRT. Look, we can't do no more acronyms. I was like, who is TRT? So Phil is speaking to India, speaking to Team Reese Travels. Team Reese is saying, yes, summon in February for POTG, BYOC. More acronyms. Was so fun. You would have loved it, I'm sure, but it's okay because I am making up for it. And I think we so far have 3 cruises planned together. So we are back in action coming this year. So Phil D is saying good morning to Kelly. All right. So I think that was May. Did I do 2 trips in May? I feel like May I was running around a little bit. I'm looking at my phone to see. So according to that, Meraviglia was, okay, that was May. And did I do a land-based trip in May? Why does it say DC? Where did I go in DC? Oh, I flew back. Okay. I was like, what is that flight? All right. So then that was May. Let me know what you did great in May. And then we are getting off to June 2023. And I'm trying to think, what did I do in June? June. Was I off? I might not have did anything June. Oh, I went to Amsterdam and see Beyonce. So that's the thing about having like your trips planned across 2 apps. So June was country number, that was the 3rd country for the year. I've lost track of which country was that. That was 32-ish. So I went to Amsterdam for like 4 days over Juneteenth weekend. I flew out of BWI on Play Airlines, which is like a budget carrier. I mean, if you can just sit on a plane and fly, and you don't need any bells and whistles, definitely get on Play. It's a very cheap option to Europe. However, like I like having my screen entertainment. I like having plugs because on the way back my phone died, and I was literally and I read all the book that I brought, so I was literally sitting there. Like, have you ever sat on a plane for 3 hours? I mean, I haven't done this since I was a child with nothing to do, just fly and sit. So yeah, they don't have any plugs. There's no seat back entertainment. There's no free meal. Everything you got to pay a la carte. So, but it was the cheapest option at the time because the airlines had lost their minds for getting to Amsterdam. So you connect in Iceland. It was a really quick connection. I will say the flight from the European side, there was a better plane. So that plane actually had the plugs when you get to Europe. But they gave us a clunker out of BWI. That plane was trash. Did Amsterdam. Amsterdam was beautiful. It was a place that I felt really safe. And that was coming off the heels of a summer in DC where I was just like, I don't even know if I want to live in DC anymore. Like, it was like so much violence going on in my city to like go fly into another city and literally just feel like I'm not looking over my shoulder. That felt great. But outside of that, the safe element, so highly recommend Amsterdam, especially if you're a solo cruiser. I went with my homegirl, Sharice. But felt like 2 women trotting around Amsterdam. We were good. What else? Beautiful, like museums. What else? The canal area is beautiful. Like, I totally want to get back to Amsterdam, just spend a little more time. There's a couple things I want to see again. And definitely like public transit, like the trains are clean. It connects you to everything from the airport to any place you might stay is like 15 minutes on a clean train. That's a big deal. You can bike, you can walk, you can catch a tram, and you can like springboard to other parts of Europe. So I went to go see Beyonce in Amsterdam. That was really cool. Me and Sharice actually, what was it, 2 days ago? The 30th, Saturday, went to go see the Beyonce movie. And we were just sitting there like, I'm like, Sharice, did I like pass out like from like the glow of Beyonce? Because there were parts of the show, but I think she started like when she realized that she was going to make it a movie, I think she started adding certain elements to her show. So I was like, I don't remember that happening. Like, we were in Amsterdam. So did the Amsterdam show, but it definitely was, it was cheap. They say, because I know TikTok sprung that whole thing where like it's cheaper to go see certain artists in Europe. Definitely got like, we were on the floor for $200, like $175, $198 a person. But you are going to have to pay for that flight. So, but what it was though, it ended up being like you get the experience, not just a concert, but you get another country. So that ended up being like, it was probably the cost of maybe like a 4-day cruise, 5-day cruise. But it was cool to see Amsterdam. And of course, it was great to see Beyonce. I'm not a crazy Beyonce stan, but she does something to you when you see her live in concert. Sis she's inspiring. Like, she's inspiring. And I don't stand. I stand for Erykah Badu. Erykah, if I ever see you in person, girl, it's a problem. She's probably the only person that I would like lose my mind about. Andre 3000, I bumped into in Atlanta airport and I just like stopped and looked. Like, that was amazing. But like, there's not a lot of people who can get me starstruck. I think Michelle Obama probably would make me like get nervous. But yeah, Beyonce does a thing in concerts. It's very inspiring. 6 says, yes, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Oh, yes, what I wouldn't do for a $600 cruise today. Hello, because all the prices are up and stuck. However, the cruise prices are up and stuck. I've been noticing airlines have been going down. I bought like 2 tickets before Christmas for 2 of my cruises because I found 1 ticket for $94 on American Airlines for $94 and another ticket for $150. And then Delta in DC, I guess, because American was taking all of Delta. Like I was a Delta client. Like I was gonna say Delta girl, but no, I was a Delta. Like I love flying Delta Airlines. However, during the pandemic, DC wasn't getting really good deals for Delta, and with the extra like layover in either Atlanta or Detroit or New York. So anywho, I started flying American. And I've been realizing recently Delta started to do out of DCA. They're starting to compete with American again, and they're starting to give what is it called? Nonstops. So while the cruise girlies might be up, y'all might need to look into land based because the price of tickets are going down on planes at the moment. Summer is still going to spike, but like how like similar people booked during wave season, you can get some good prices for flights between like February, March, May. I've been seeing. So Kelly is saying hello. So we're at June. Did I do anything else in June? I don't think so. I felt like I did a lot in June, but I guess I did not. Phil and D says they're searching for a March trip. Just double checking the apps. That's 2024. Okay. All right. So that was June. June was Amsterdam. So yeah, that vlog is out. It didn't get a lot of hits. I'm not sure if it's because I said Renaissance in it or what, but the focus was not of like just going to see Beyonce, but it was also I didn't take a cruise. I'm sorry. Now I gotta look at the focus wasn't just Beyonce. It was truly like looking at Amsterdam. So that was a great place to visit. Yep, nothing. So June, my own birth month. Well, I guess because I went to Amsterdam a couple days after my birthday. But let me know what y'all did in June. Folks are speaking. Margaret says, I know good time for me was meeting so many awesome people on 1.5 mass. Okay, let's talk about it. So then that was July. So June only had one trip. July was Melanie sees 1.5. And that was a 4-day cruise on Carnival Venezia to Bermuda. And that was like a long 4 days. Like coming off the Celebrity Ascent, which was 3 days, like that 3 days on Ascent like flew by. Then I did I did Virgin, but that 4 days like felt like a full 4 days. So yeah, it was cool to like get the whole crew. I think 1.5 had a little energy. Like 2.0, we were like, okay. 1.5, like, I'm not sure because people were out from school, the carnival vibe. But 1.5 was a really, really, really great time. And then also seeing Venezia. The picture was epic. I want to get back on Venezia. I was supposed to get back on Venezia. We'll talk about that for December 2023. Yeah, it was cool to like get a preview of that one. I got a really good deal because when Carnival canceled Jubilee, I was able to use my credit. Because at first I looked at Venezia was like $1,600 for a 4-day. And I was like, I might not make 1.5. And then when they canceled Jubilee, I got the cruise credit and it took it down to like $600 somehow. Another $600 cruise. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm not like passing that up. So went on Venezia, got to try the Terrazza Carnival. That area is really cute. So that was a good time. So yeah, shout out to everybody who was on 1.5. That picture of 300 of y'all was beautiful. I shot my first TikTok video on like my own on 1.5, so that was cool. Parkinson the Go says we got a March trip, Phil and D. Y'all coming or nah? Oh, challenge. They're talking about 2024. I thought I put my phone on mute. I guess I did. Oh, here we go. I had to hit this button. My bad. Phil and D says real fancy pants. I didn't even stop by to say hello. Team Reese says we did a family trip to Vegas in March, and I went to an Inclusion and Diversity Awards in Miami in March. It was a fun month, very fun. That's a pretty so a lot of land based, it sounds like, with Vegas. And it was cool because I think was that the vlog where you all did Fremont Street. I enjoyed that vlog because I never have gotten to Old Vegas. So it was cool to see that for me. Like I like seeing places I haven't been sometimes. So it's cool to see y'all's vlog on Fremont Street. And it seemed like y'all found like a really great family hotel for that one. Parker's on the Go says we were in LA for March and April. Ooh, yep. They went to Disney and wrestling. Trying to think from the vlogs from y'all. All right. Parker's gonna go. Doesn't line up with spring break. Believe me, we looked. Oh, we're gonna miss you guys. We got to get y'all on one of them. Phil D. And Parker's gonna go says, and cheerleading competition as well from March and April. Yes, that took y'all to Florida with Shay. And one of those videos, I don't remember which one it was. It was Shay's last competition. I was in my kitchen crying. What y'all don't know is I am such a crybaby. Like, I love a good moment. I love when things are meaningful. I love, I don't know, like true expressions of feelings. And like to watch the Shay was, so nervous about her last cheerleading competition. And then to see the emotion of their music went out, and then how supportive everybody was. And then when she came off stage and y'all were hugging and crying, I was just in my kitchen like, So shout out to Shay, and had y'all traveling. Y'all were tearing them streets up with them cheerleading competitions, baby. Team Reese says, Sig, the solo cruiser. I haven't found a cruise that cheap since Summit. Well, one, but I have a feeling it won't be as nearly as fun. Probably, yeah. Cool. Who else we got? Phil and D says, we'll be back on one soon. And March 2023, we did the Carnival Radiance and Adventure of the Seas. Yeah, with Carnival. So y'all cruise out of LA, which I haven't done LA yet. I want to cruise out of LA eventually. And Adventure of the Seas, was that a UND trip, or was that the Bachelor trip that y'all did a video on? So cool. That was July. Tell me what y'all did in July. I think August, let me see. So June with Amsterdam wrapped up land base. So then from July on out, I think I just did. Oh no, I lie. August was the Great Florida Road Trip. I'm like loving reminiscing this. So August is the Great Florida Road Trip. So for some of you all who might know, I got my master's at Florida State. And I had friends in Tallahassee who had a baby in June. So, got to do the auntie thing. I'm an only child. So, my friends' kids are my nieces. Somehow we don't have any boys. We just had a boy. There was a boy, nephews. I went down to see them in Florida. However, the tickets to Tallahassee were like out of control. And I'm like, I'm not about to pay. It was like $500 to like go to Tallahassee, Florida. So I was like, okay, how can I make this work? So I started like searching cities. And I think Orlando was an option, but then I was like, let's look at Margaritaville at Sea. So actually West Palm Beach actually ended up being like it was like $199, $198. It was cheap to fly round trip out of West Palm Beach. Found a rental car. So I did 2 days on Margaritaville at Sea, went up to Tallahassee, got to spend time with them, see the new baby, go to Florida State, tour campus, because there's been a lot of development since I left in 2008. And then I came back in July, or I stopped on the way back to one of my favorite things to do is Epcot Food and Wine Fest. If any of y'all ever want to do it, let me know. I highly recommend you do it in like October, because in July it's brutal. But usually if I'm by myself, like I don't mind the heat, I can figure it out. But if you haven't been to Epcot Food and Wine Fest, highly recommend that. It starts in July and it goes to November. So that was August for me. And that Great Florida Road Trip vlog. I'm learning like y'all love the cruises, not so much the land base, not so much the Disney, but it's fine. The people who watch will watch. I just more like for me, because I had to write down like what are my channel goals so I don't get distracted. Is really to document like my travel experiences. So like while the world might not like, me road tripping, singing in the car from West Palm Beach to Tallahassee, like one day I'll turn that on and be like, why did you decide to drive 8 hours to Tallahassee? So cool. YFC, we'll stand on the side of I-495 next time so you can see us because apparently the Texas crew does not see each other. Team Reach Travels says, Six says, Team Reach Travels, it will be hard to top the fun we had on Celebrity Summit. Okay, now y'all rubbing it in since I missed the summit, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna make up for it. And Parker's gonna go, says, Phil and D, just send me your schedule. We ain't ever gonna be on the same cruise. Yes, just send the schedule because we all saw what it was like in a group chat trying to coordinate 10 different people or sets of travelers to pick one cruise date. That was epic. So folks are speaking. Parks and Go says Celebrity Summit. Oh, this is a response to the two, I believe, comparing Celebrity Summit and Ascent. Parks and Go says Celebrity Summit was amazing and it solidified the love of celebrity for us. We always felt like it was something we could never afford. We learned we just had to plan accordingly. Absolutely. And it was accessible. I mean, because who else? Was it? I think it was like maybe Griff from Griff and Alyssa had been pointing out, like in the summer months, that celebrity cruise is cheaper than a Carnival cruise. And he had did like a bit of a series. I think whenever like Terry and Rich did their was it Odyssey of the Seas or something like that? They did like their dude cruise. Griff was also highlighting during that time that like was he on the Beyond? I can't remember, but he was on some ship and he was just like, I think it was Celebrity Cruise, and he was just like, this is cheaper than a Carnival cruise right now. So I mean, honestly, you can cruise them all. You just got to find, like y'all were saying, the right plan, right time. And that $600 cruise definitely was the right timing. And you had to like jump on it. Like if you see a deal like that, just jump. Or if you see a price that you're willing to pay, just jump on it. Because like again, like what I did, I didn't even wait 2 weeks. I think I waited a week. And it literally, I saw the $600 price, and then I went back, and it was like $1,000 plus. And then I think the thing had like sold out. That cruise had sold out, I believe. So book the trip, sweetheart. Book it. G says Magic out of Galveston in January. The kids loved it. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about the Disney Magic, and I think that was one of Parker. Did y'all go on Disney Magic or Dream? But I've been hearing like some of the older Disney ships have a better personality than the Wish, even though Wish allegedly has like the newer bells and whistles. All right, so we talked about July. Oh, that was August. So let me know what y'all did in August. Let's see. Okay, let me get caught up in these comments first. Parker and Go says we are appreciative of Sid Cruiser and Team Reese for attending. Okay, so they're like the BYOC OGs. And they were appreciative that they were invited by Parkers on the Go. Absolutely. Parkers and Go says they did not have a cruise in May. Prepare us for our summer travel. We did spend a few days at Universal for Siobhan's birthday. Cool. Oh, okay, I did say it right. So Gina's World says Red Hook is in Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. Okay, cool. So I had the Red Hook part, but I didn't have the Queens right. So yes, MSC Meraviglia sails out of Brooklyn, and the taxi drivers did not want to take me to Brooklyn. And then the one who did want to take me, he needed like a lot of navigation assistance. So that's just something to be mindful of, because I like to usually take the train up from DC to my New York cruises. But just be FYI, like you might have to, do some work to get there. So yeah. Hi, Adrian, saying hello. She's saying Happy New Year. Phil and D says, I like how the Meraviglia had a royal promenade, like ours, like Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines has. And yeah, because it brought, again, like, I think how Meraviglia is set up in the middle, I might be getting my decks wrong, but it's like deck 5. And all the parties are held on deck 5. Then you can, if you're on deck 6, which has like the pub and the steakhouse, or 7, basically you can look down into the middle of the ship from deck 6 or 7. So you have a choice of being like on the dance floor, which if you look at, I think even Phil and D's blogs and my blog, like there were people all through the middle of the ship, like partying and interacting. Whereas Seascape, like everything was like cramped. Like even the deck party was like cramped at the front of the ship, in front of the Jumbotron. Whereas in Meraviglia, the deck party was like, they have the open deck plan. Like, I don't know. It was like Seascape was pretty. I liked all the sections, but in regards to getting people together, it was very choppy. I felt. But Meraviglia kind of brought everybody together. YFC says Meraviglia was a cool ship. Oh yeah, y'all got on Meraviglia. Can't wait for those vlogs and see how y'all felt, because I know Key was not happy during your initial live. Team Reese says Arkansas in April and Alabama in May, where I got to meet Kaya from Just Kaya TV. All right, so y'all did a lot of land-based, Team Reese. June was Sig's first cruise on Virgin Scarlet Lady. And Sig has those vlogs out too. So Kristen says May, she was on the Horizon for 6 days. And Kristen, I think you might have either been on a cruise ship with my cousins or had just missed them. I think they were cruising around Memorial Day. But Carnival Horizon is one that I want to get on. I heard that, again, ship with a personality. I heard great things about Carnival Horizon, even though people were kind of like upset about Horizon during like the Thanksgiving sailing. So Team Reese says for June, they did the Meet and I group cruise with Parkers on the Go in June. Yeah, I want to like try other people's group cruises. I thought I could do Meet and I for next year because I got excited when they said they were going to cruise out of the West Coast, but then it overlaps with either 3.0 or Utopia, something, can't remember. June was Cabo and Cancun all-inclusive resorts. Okay, now I saw the Cancun. Where is the Cabo vlog, Phil? Give me my things. I want to see Cabo. I did Cabo before I was a channel. I really enjoyed Cabo. It's an interesting place because I love a beach town, but the beaches aren't swimmable because it gets really dangerous with how the current, like something about the ocean is literally drops off into like a mountainside underwater, and people like can get caught into like if the waves hit a certain way, you can get trapped underneath. It's wild. So like you look at that beach, but you're not really, unless you're like a super great swimmer, or because people, it was like a handful of people out there, a handful. But I love Cabo. I went during the pandemic, so I want to go back because a lot of the like, not that I'm a big partier, but a lot of the nightlife things were like shut down. So we literally were stuck at the resort. And I think we did a Ryu. And it was cool because it was one of the few like resorts that had a 3-bed. So we had a room with three beds, which is rare. It was really rare and hard to find. So who else? Parson Ghost says, Lord, oh Jesus, the trauma of June travel for y'all. Parson says, Lord, do you want to talk about June? They had the Meet and I cruise on Carnival Conquest, the BYOC 2 on Carnival Conquest, and they were straight at the airport for the drama for what was like 36 hours or some 45 hours. It was wild. And it was interesting like to even watch like how Newark like messed up and then the impact on DC. Like we had I had to either go to the train station or the airport. Yeah, I think I was going to the airport to get ready for going to Amsterdam. And BWI was having some backlog or impact from the Newark situation because I think people were just like, let's get the hell out of New Jersey. I would say Newark Airport that was like the most recent time missing a flight was Newark. Coming back from was that the one? No. South Africa a couple of years ago. Came back to into Newark, landed on time, everything. My connection wasn't for 2 hours. Was sitting there, the luggage never came. Like our plane, we were waiting for our luggage for a long time. They only had like 2 handlers out there. Then our luggage finally starts rolling through customs, and literally freak thing. If you have young kids, I will say, make sure your kids are not standing by those conveyor belts. Out of nowhere, one of the, you know how the metal planks that go on the conveyor, one of them popped up and starts sparking, and it's literally like a traveling blade around. And I was like, because I watch how many people like don't pay attention and they let their kids play with those conveyor belts. Luckily, I think a lady grabbed her kid because he was like, but she got him. But I was like, so if you have young children, public service announcement, the conveyor belts look fun. Don't let them play around because it literally, some bag had got caught and literally by a split second, there was like a blade and it was sparks. And so anyway, long story short, they shut down the conveyor belt. So they had to basically get our luggage and go to another belt. So that took a whole process, and all that to say, I was supposed to have a quick connection to DC and go home to start working because I wasn't planning on taking that day off, and basically didn't get back to DC. It was supposed to be like, I was supposed to land in DC at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I can go home, work. I didn't get home to like 1 p.m. So I had to take the day off. So Newark is a funky place to fly. All that to say, it's a funky place to fly into and out of because you just never know what you're going to get. Margaret Logan is saying hello and happy new year to all the people. Folks are speaking. And Kristen says, I'm catching up. April, I did a solo trip to Tennessee. Kristen, so y'all listen, I know Kristen won't. Kristen, honestly, she could do a channel, But you should follow Kristen on Instagram. Don't make me find it, Kristen. Kristen does, like, whenever she takes trips, she does a really like great job of one. No, let's reverse. One, if you want Kristen, you can almost charge for this service. Kristen can curate a itinerary like none other. So for those of you who were, as we're getting close to September, I might as well start talking about that. We did Sisterhood at Sea. I met Kristen, Melanin at Sea 1.0. We all reconnected on Sisterhood at Sea. Kristen literally planned the whole Sisterhood at Sea activities. I mean, not intentionally, but she was like, look, here's what I'm doing on Friday. And I'm like, well, I don't got no plans. And it finally feels like great to like not, have to plan something. And we had a good old time. Kristen's IG is JUST Chris KRIS _no_10. Just Kristen, putting your business on the internet. I don't know, but that's Kristen. I couldn't have the show. Maybe the Lord didn't want me to show you business. Follow Kristen on IG if you can, because Kristen does a really great job of like highlighting when she does her trips. Really like great. Like she went to New York and did the whole Jay-Z experience, and then went to some of the top bars. She just went to New Orleans and found some really great places to eat. So Kristen, I think, girl, the Lord tell me to tell you, you should like make a business out of like curating your like travel experiences or making itineraries for people. Or maybe I'll just slide you $10 so like you can plan like the next time I go into a city, like, hey, can you put this together? Because I've never like really know where to go, what to do. Yeah, Kristen went to go see Uncle Nearest. And for some of you who don't know or who don't drink, Uncle Nearest is the Black-owned distillery off of the guy who, what did he help build? One of them liquors. Johnnie Walker. Was it Johnnie Walker? Is it Johnnie Walker? What's the other one? One of your larger liquor brands, there was a Black guy who allegedly contributed to the recipe. And his family, there's a person who like traced the roots and brought up his story. They created the brand, and now like one of the family members like helps create the new recipe, etc. I don't even drink the alcohol, and I have a bottle of it. Or I don't drink that alcohol. I don't drink whiskey or whatever it is, but I have a bottle of Uncle Nearest because it's a Black-owned brand, and they are expanding. Kelly says, I wish I could have found a cheap flight. Everything was totally near $1,000. Yes, the trips to Europe were like crazy. And if you want to go to Europe, I would say, because I was kind of like, I was having a little bit of FOMO because I decided to stay home for New Year's. But I was like Googling random flights. Like I found a flight to South Africa for under $1,000 for like $939. Leaving the day after Christmas, and I did not take it. I just started like looking at random places. If you want to get to Europe, I would say between now and about March, April, you can get some really good deals. And then of course, summer months are going to go through the roof. But if you just want to explore, you don't mind a little, putting a couple layers on, go to Europe. Ken Hill says DC is cheaper than Philly to fly to Florida. Oh, I never knew that. I guess because y'all have to go a little further. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting because Philly is an American hub. Because yeah, y'all should at least have Orlando and Miami as a straight flight to get to. And it should be relatively decent price, but I guess not. Now I will say Orlando is cheap to get to. Miami from DC is expensive. I don't understand why. Because I paid for Melanin at Sea 2.0. I paid the price I paid before to fly out of the country to get to 2.0, and basically had to switch my ticket around a couple times. And that's why I took all those cruises, because I got like $173 back. They were charging a lot of money for flights around things. I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving, but to get to Miami in particular for Thanksgiving, Jesus. Team Reese Travel says, I did a girls trip to San Antonio with my besties for 4th of July weekend. Yes. And I didn't realize like San Antonio was a girls trip place. They also have that in their blogs if anybody wants to see San Antonio. Texas, another place I really want to get to. I want to do San Antonio. I also need to get to Austin. I also need to get to like Houston to eat. Like I told y'all, I did Houston when I was an undergrad and I was poor. I need to do Houston again. Phil D says 1.5 was great. We had a great time. Yeah, 1.5 was a really great time. I think people were 2.0. I think, I'm not sure if like people were more subdued or tired or just the ship was spread out. It was still a good time on 2.0. But it was just like the crowd was a little more tame. And then 1.5, not that like I need crazy, but 1.5, the crowd was more, I don't know. It was something, I'm not sure if the ship was bringing people, something about 1.5 was a little more like, a little more cohesive at 1.5. But 2.0 was still a decent time. July, or Adrian says July, I was at BlurredCon. Oh, you were in DC. I remember hearing about that. The Black Nerd Convention. Was that at the Wharf? Cool. Siobhan said in July, they did a tour. It was college tour, Mom. 6 college tour. Shay has now been accepted to 14 colleges. No decisions made yet. Okay, it's okay. I mean, I guess because I knew I'm bad at this because I'm like, I knew where I wanted to go. I only applied to like 3 schools. Now, grad school, I had to do the tours because I didn't know where I wanted to go. I was going to the highest bidder. Undergrad, I was being selfish. And I will say for any youth, go where the money is. Because my mom, particularly my mom, my dad is an entrepreneur. He's retired now. But for my mom to pay for Hampton was truly a sacrifice. But I really only applied to Hampton, and my guidance counselor was like, okay, I need you to apply to one more school, just because she was like, I don't need you to, be one of my A students and you don't have a college to go to, but I just knew I was getting Hampton. So, okay. And no decisions made yet. Well, go where the money is, go where the vibe is. Cause I've also seen kids get offered money and the vibe was off and they were back home. So, well, I'll just keep praying for Shay. She's a very, she has a lot of wisdom, and I'm sure she will make the right decision for her. Now, we got to talk about this psychology major, though. I heard she said she want to be a psychology major, and one of these cruises, we got to flesh that out a little more from Auntie Carlene. Margaret Logan says, right, feeling these travel spree, it was great. Ken Hill says he was on the Divina March 31st celebrating my 60th. Team Reese says yes, that's when they went to Fremont Street. Kelly Anderson, congrats to Shay for being accepted to 14 colleges. Exactly, our niece is smart and talented. So yes. Who else we got? G is sending all the love. Phil and D is saying 14 acceptances, that's great, but I wouldn't know where to go either. It's a lot of choices, but you know what? It's better to have a lot of choices than no choices, or to realize, like, I've watched students sometimes too, of like, they're like, I don't know. And then it becomes like June and they're, scrambling to make start a decision, like not have a choice, but like start a decision because they have an epiphany. So go where the money and the vibe is right. Siobhan says, girl, don't even talk about Shay's last competition. It broke my heart so much. It was crazy. Like something you see on TV. Oh, yeah. And then y'all lost your mic. I was like, oh my God, so much is happening. Yes, everybody was tore up watching that last cheer competition. Yeah, it was because we were so invested because Shay had that whole year have been telling us about, like, this is her last year in cheerleading. And, just thinking about life and, making, a little more mature decisions. So yeah, that was kind of cool to watch. Phil says the Adventure to Sea was the bachelor party trip that he curated. And yeah, Phil, the conversation you were talking about travel agent, I'm like, you got the boys together, which they look like a hard group to corral. So if you could do that, Phil, make some money off of it. Adrian says, August, I saw Beyonce twice. Ooh, did you see the movie, Adrian? She said one in North Carolina and one in ATL. Took the baby to ATL for his birthday. Did the city pass. Cool. Who else we got? Kelly says, July I went to Nashville to see Beyonce for my birthday. Yay! Now wait, was Nashville the one with that girl? What was her name? Where she lied to get off work? Carly Russell. Was that the one Carly Russell was trying to get to? Had the whole world looking, because that was in July. We were on 1.5, and I was just like in my room looking on my phone, and I was just like, people just be so quick to like retweet stuff, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna wait a day. And then sure enough, things started rolling out, and I'm like, nah, y'all ain't about to have me looking foolish trying to cap for this girl on the internet. Kristen says, in August and September to see with the sassy ladies. Yeah, so let's get into August. So August, I told y'all about great Florida road trip. Where I also learned that like there's some places in Florida that literally scare the crap out of me. I was driving and I was just like, that was the first time, and I'm not sure if it's getting older or what, or on this side of, you know, the one election, but I was just like, I'm not stopping here for gas. I'm like, I'm gonna keep rolling. Anywho, so end of August to September was the Sisterhood at Sea. So yes, that was my Melanin at Sea was my first group cruise ever. So this year I decided to Addie and Terry had like the Sisterhood at Sea concept, and I was like, okay, let me try a different group cruise. I want to support Addie and Terry's efforts of, you know, just like trying, you know, branding, etc. So I'm got Sisterhood at Sea. Oh, and it was on Virgin. I think that was the second or third selling factor for me. I wanted to try Virgin. I'm fine with trying things solo, but for that one, I wanted to like try it with like some folks that I knew, as well as, you know, I didn't want to go solo for some reason on Virgin. So that was a good time on Sisterhood at Sea. I think the Puerto Plata excursion will forever be ingrained in our minds. However, that port was awesome. Virgin was cool. Virgin like made a good first impression on me. I kind of felt different in December, but that first impression was cool on Virgin. And yeah, got to meet a lot of wonderful people. And then again, Kristen curated our experience for, what was that, the Tuesday before? Because we started out on a Wednesday in Miami. So we got to go to, Kristen found us this mojito bar. She showed us the Wynwood District. She had us eating crickets at this place called Bacan. And then Addie and Terry finally were able to get over because they were like, I didn't know Florida has like all these floods. So, and really, I mean, I knew it rains and clear up. I didn't know it will rain and flood and then clear up. So Addie and Terry were like stuck towards the South Beach area for a bit. We didn't know they were gonna get there, and then they got to the dinner with us, and then they took over the reins for the end of the evening and had us at one of the like top bars in the world. The food was really good, the drinks were really good. Siobhan says August was our month of crazy cruises, Margaritaville at Sea and MSC Seaside. If you know, you know. Oh, we know. But Margaritaville at Sea was, and it's wild to know that Margaritaville at Sea was the actual better of the two cruises. And Parker's gonna go. I missed y'all by like a couple of days, right? Like I think I sailed, and then you all sailed like a couple of days right after me, or the sailing right after me. So another opportunity we missed to sail together, but it's okay. We're gonna make up for it. Sig says, yes, I want to do Epcot Food and Wine Fest. I couldn't fit it in 2023. Hopefully this year. Oh, that's freaking me out. I didn't realize like it is now 2024 this year. Yes, Sig, go. And that would be cool to see it from the gluten-free perspective. Kristen says, we love the land-based travels too. Oh, okay. I will keep the land-based going for sure. All right, let me get to this so I can get to like the big announcement, and then we can talk a little bit about 2024. So yes, I will keep giving y'all land-based content. However, that is a part of some of the announcement stuff. Kelly is saying, I love travel. I love all travel. Cool. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting just to watch some of this braid is doing something. What time is it? Okay, 11. I gotta get off by 12. What was I going to say? It's interesting to watch just the different trends in some of the videos. Like it's interesting to see like certain videos pop, and then it's interesting to see like I thought Amsterdam, especially with the Beyonce piece, would like go. But now some of it also like could be on me. Like sometimes it can be a thumbnail. Sometimes it needs to sit a little bit. Like sometimes I'll literally finish a vlog and then push premiere. Sometimes it needs to sit in the queue a little longer. I don't know, but I thought the Amsterdam vlog was going to do a little better than it did. And it didn't. I also thought my Disney Wish series back in 2022, I thought that was going to do better. It didn't. Those all had like 300 views. So it's just interesting just to watch some of the trends on just certain topics. But in my head, and I started writing down my goals today. I'm going to show y'all. It's like my little prayer, my like prayer / thoughts, like empty my head journal. So sometimes, it could be like whatever a thought is. Sometimes it could be a prayer. And then sometimes I would put like my channel, like my goal information in here. So I started like writing out my goals because I was just like, I was telling Kristen too, like, it's so easy to get distracted on these platforms of like what gets hits, what doesn't get hits, what's going to trend, what's going to pop. And I always want to be true to like what I set out to do, which was really to just document my experiences. And that's literally I have to write the other two, but literally goal one is to document my travel experiences. So in that lens, not everything that I find a travel experience is going to be a hit on my channel. And I have to be okay with that. But I wanted to write that down because I'm like, I never want to lose sight of that was my number one goal always. So I got to write the other two goals down because I said on one time, I said on the Parkers on the Go, and I was like, shoot, I need to write this down. And I can't remember if I put it in my phone or what, but I started today when I was drinking my coffee, preparing to come on and, you know, doing my morning like reflection. I was like, let me write my goals down for my channel. Anyway, Kristen says, Siobhan says, Kristen Harris for sure. Our land-based vlogs don't do as well either. Our LA trip flop, but we had fun. And that's all that matters because those are your memories. And it's like, again, you also never know who might help. Because in my head, I'm like, you know, there is that person who's going to take that trip and the mistake that you made or I made, you know, like y'all taught me like, be very mindful of when you book, don't book an electric vehicle. Cause I almost did that one time on, after that vlog. And I was like, I almost clicked. I was like, wait, it was an electric vehicle. Cause I'm like, don't book that, you know, especially if I'm trying to go to North Carolina, you know, cause I'm used to gas based and taking solo. So like, you never know what experience you document helps somebody else or make somebody aware of when I do this, be mindful that, you know, do this and this and this. Or even if I don't experience it, like in my St. Martin vlog, I left little tidbits of like, hey, whenever you go, here's some things that I didn't get to experience, but maybe you get to try it. So, but yeah, I wanted to document like what my goals were. So I never get, especially as I'm growing, like I finished the year with 1,777 subscribers. Welcome in. Hi, everybody. My goal for the new year or this year is to get 1,500 more subscribers. So that'll put me in like the 3,000 range. And just, you know, as growth comes, I just want to just remember, like, I don't want to stray away from why, my why, because my why is what got the 1,700 people here, is why I connected so deeply with many of y'all in the chat. And like, I can say we are in some way or shape form friends. If not, we are colleagues or acquaintances at least. So, all right, let me get out of Sentimentalville. Adrian says, I want to do the Food and Wine Fest. Also, we do a Food and Wine Fest. Siobhan says, I love land-based trips, but apparently YouTube does not. Yeah, South Africa was my biggest one, 8,000. And a piece of it because South Africans love to see, especially Black Americans, travel. But even that was slow. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if it got shared on some kind of platform, but South Africa vlog started really slow. And then it just started with, I don't know what, it took off and then it got 8,000 views and 120 subs. So I'm not sure if somebody had shared it out or what happened, but thank you to them. Thank you to the folks who watched it and found the channel through it. Welcome. Phil and D's Travel Suite says, Meet and I overlaps with Utopia. Yeah, we're going to talk about Utopia. Woo. What else we got? Team Reese says, I wish they did. I love vlogging theme parks as well, but I feel like the algorithms hates us for that. Yeah, because Gina's World says, anyone's cruising out of Brooklyn in the future, try to, here we go. It got split. Try to use the NYC ferry. Thank you. Jen left a tip. And this is also why we are here, to learn from one another. I don't know it all. Like, so yeah, if you're going on, so I need to look up now then how to use the NYC ferry. Cool. Good to know. Cause I do remember that ferry, it's right at the Red Hook port. Like it brings you closer to even where the taxi cabs can drop you off. So that's a great tip. Thank you for sharing, Gina's World. Siobhan says, Travel Spree, we may have to pop up on the, Phil and D, Travel Spree may have to pop up on the Utopia just to cruise with you, pulling a YFC. They're saying, come on. YFC is good for popping up on people. Yes, they are, because they popped up solely on, like, wholeheartedly on an extent with us. Siobhan says they had to dress that airport up to cover the drama that happens on BWI. Child. BWI, one of my, actually, my homegirl, Sharice, because she was flying to be with her family who lives in San Antonio. And she was texting me. She was like, girl, she said, BWI got like a little facelift in one of these terminals. And I'm like, it's just a weird place to fly out. Like, it's international. You would not think it's international terminal is an international terminal, especially if you're flying out internationally at BWI. eat something before you go, take a snack, because it's not even a lounge. And I'm like, how do you offer international flights? Like, these people are gonna be on long hauls for like hours, and you can't give them a decent lounge BWI? Like, come on. There's like one little, I hate flying out of BWI for like a long haul, but sometimes you get a good deal. EWR. Yeah. Well, I just ragged on BWI. Sorry, but I meant it. But yeah, that Newark airport is interesting. And I thought they would try to do better, because since the New Yorkers try to use it as an option, but I think like they made it look better than the first time I ever flew in and out of Newark. Because I remember the first time I flew in and out of Newark, it looked just like this train station. Now it looks better, but they still don't have like the capacity with like ground crew and all that stuff. So be prepared for delays. The ferry steps from the cruise terminal in Red Hook. Cool. Phil and D says, like, we have good phone service. YFC can inbox or call somebody. They are living off the surprise factor, y'all. Like, they said y'all are gonna see this content when we give it. Kristen says, my page isn't private. She's not starting a YouTube channel. Okay, so everybody go follow. It's just _. I'm about to F it up. Kristen, put your IG in the chat, girl. Because Kristen does, when she takes a trip, Kristen, like, she finds really, again, great places to eat, drink, great places to stay. Because she had me on the Gabriel Miami. It was not on my bingo card. And it was a very fitting hotel for me. Yeah, so follow Kristen, because she has really great tips whenever she goes. Uncle Nearest is built off of Jack Daniels legacy. Yep. Oh, thank you, all you drinkers. Ken Hill says off of Jack Daniels. So yep, Uncle Nearest was the black man that was basically contributed to Jack Daniels formula. It was a hidden story. And then a lady, I think she's DC based, kind of did some like research work and found like the history. She was able to connect to his family, do some philanthropic work. They like basically said, you need to monetize his story. And they basically created the Uncle Nearest brand. And then now it's to the point that even some of his family members, I think one of the persons who might have been like a distant niece, she's one of the chief or top people that does some of the mixing, like taste and notes and all that kind of stuff with them. So if you're ever was it Nashville? Go take that tour. It's an interesting story. There's also, if you can't get to Nashville, there's a Netflix special, I think, or there's a documentary on Uncle Nearest, I believe, or something. I'm thinking of, there's a black guy who is also like a whiskey guy. He has a documentary on Netflix. But anywho, down the rabbit hole we go. Siobhan is pitching allegedly to Kristen. So Kristen, if you want to do a YouTube channel, what did you do allegedly to talk gossip? Phil and D says no, we don't hear anything. Oh wait, Phil and D says nah, we don't want to hear about the ascent from none of y'all. All y'all just popped up in Miami the day we plan on fly home. And see, what happened was Parker's gonna go hit me up when I was in Amsterdam. And they were like, you know, what about this ascent thing? And I had learned my lesson from the summit of like, let me be fiscally responsible. I immediately said yes. I said, I don't know where I'm gonna find this $1,200, but yes, I'm getting on that ascent. I want to try Celebrity and I want to cruise with all of y'all again. And yes, I was able to save up, wasn't a debt. Used my Appertune app. But yeah, it was cool. I'm glad they invited me because it was not on my radar. Celebrity was not on my bingo card for the year. But I was just kind of like, I'm not going to miss another Celebrity trip. And it ended up being a really great one. And now I would say Celebrity Ascent is my favorite cruise ship. It has replaced Norwegian Prima. Woo. Hence the mug. All right, who we got? Jen Danielle is here. Jen Danielle says, LOL, that New Year's at home was rough. I was looking at random flights too. But we persevered. We sat on our couches and we are going to be ready and refreshed for the 2024 travel year. So yeah, all right. So we talked about August, September. I think September was when I snuck in another cruise though. So September 2023. Because usually it's so weird for me. The fall I pick up on cruises. Like the beginning of the year goes slow, and then the fall I just start packing them on. So what did I say? Oh no, I didn't take one in September. It was just one. Wait, yeah, I just had one cruise in September. Did I do anything land based? Nope, nope, nope. I went to Miami. Oh, that was for the cruise. Cool. So September, let me know what you did. October was homecoming. Homecoming, I did like a couple snaps of that. That was cool. Hampton Homecoming has elevated. They announced our next homecoming dates. And so yeah, October was homecoming. Then November was the crazy cruises where I did 16 days of cruising back to back. So I started with the Valencia 2.0 on MSC Seascape. And got to meet more people in person. So I got to meet Shawana, I got to meet Kelly in person, I got to meet Jaretha Parker in person. I got to meet Life with Us TV, really cool people to hang with. Of course, all the OGs, so Phil and D, Damien and Quanda, of course, Rich Jazz, Addie and Terry, Regina, G. It's why you don't call names because then you'll like end up calling too many names or forgetting a name. Big Money Karen, I said G, Ashley. So the whole crew is back together for 2.0. And we were hungry and on the struggle bus together, but we made it. And it was a good time. Then I decided, because I had paid so much money, it was like $700 to get to Miami. I was like, I'm not going home. I decided to, got on the Celebrity Ascent the next week. So that was, I got to stay. Sig hosted me because I was poor. Sig hosted me. Thank God for Sig. I was going to get a Fort Lauderdale hotel. And something said, again, 2023 was teaching me like, one, taking care of myself. Two, learning how to ask for help. So Sig graciously extended opportunities to stay with her. So I got to hang out with Sig. And it's always funny because like, you just never know. Like when you're on one-on-one basis, you're like, is this person gonna be like, am I gonna be weird? Is this person gonna be weird? Like, and I'm just in their house. Sig was amazing. Like Sig just has a personality that you just like you have to bond with Sig. So Sig hosted me, which I really needed. Thank God for Sig, because after selling that many days, I really needed to wash clothes. So I was able to do that. What else? Sig got to show me she lives in a really cute area, which I'm kind of like on my list of everyone like leave DC. I'm like, I might want to go to like that kind of area between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. Because I'm like, it gives you two airports, nice weather. But that's I don't know if that's in the stars just yet, but I was like, ooh, nice place. And then, of course, great conversation. We had a really interesting moment with some guys at a bar. I'm blaming Sig for that one. And the next day, I think Parker's on the Go arrived. And then it was time for us to get on the Celebrity Ascent. Or maybe I'm missing a piece, but that was most of it. So yes, thank you, Sig, for putting me up, saving me $200. And then also, again, a moment to connect with you, get to learn your city, and wash my clothes for 16 days of cruising. Bless your heart. Saying Happy New Year to Jen Danielle. Phil and D's travel spree. We just all landed up on the same ship. You know how you get on a ship and see somebody, there was a little bit of planning. But now, we got you'll be posted for all the things, Phil and D. What we got? Let me see. Just all end up. Okay. Kelly Angel Tony says we were all in 2.0. We were all in small groups, and I would agree with that. I was kind of like, I was wondering if the group felt cohesive, because 1.5 and the other ones were just very much like, and then because of just like the MSC stuff and how the ship was set up, and I was just kind of curious if folks if everybody felt connected. I hope everybody did and felt like they didn't feel like isolated at all. But there were a lot of little small pockets of just folks around the ship. But we did get together for the picture and a couple other things. Sig says Shay got options. Phil and D says rumor has it Celebrity Ascent was your group cruise. And she was an amazing cruise director. She had pre-cruise accommodations. She coordinated activities for us. Yeah. Good job, Sig. Plan another cruise. Everybody's clapping it up for Shay. Sigma Solo Cruiser says, you can't listen to the rumor mill. Everybody's congratulating Shay. Siobhan says, we keep telling her to go where the money is, but she needs to be happy where she goes as well. But go where the money is. Yes. Go where the money is. Go to a place where the money is that you feel like you will stay. Because if you go where the money is and then you don't want to stay, you're losing money. So make sure there's a balance there. Like, make sure there's about, like, I'm an old person. I was about to say, like, I was offered a lot of money to go to like college, and then especially grad school. And it's 4 years that you're going to be there. You got to make sure that you want to stay there. Make sure it has the offerings that you want, for sure. But you don't want to go somewhere and the next thing you know, you like, I want to go somewhere else. And then as you're transferring, it's harder to get money as an older student. So like to get money sophomore, junior year, money always comes as your freshman year. So definitely find that balance of go a place that, they feel like you're going to be accepting of you. They're going to be respectful of you and where you want to stay. But don't put yourself and your parents in a lot of debt for college. Because again, it's college. It's not supposed to be like the best. It will be the best time of your life, but you are there for school. However, you need to make it, because I've had, family members who went to a place and it didn't fit their vibe and you're back home. So we'll talk more offline. Phil and D says, could be lies, could not be lies. Where their money resides always. So yeah, where are we? So we got to November and then finally December. So December became the 2023 pivot for me. December was the month that I was like, I'm not about to throw the whole year in the trash, but I see why people throw a year in the trash. So December was the month. It started off great. However, I was starting to get nudges that like I might need. So I had a goal of, and I think the word for me for 2024 is like pivot. Like that's the word that kind of came from December. And I'm thinking like, or maybe it's being flexible. I don't know. But so December starts and I get back from the 3 cruises, the back-to-back 16 days. I did a sit. I'm missing one. I did a sit. I did 2.0. I did Ascent. And then I hopped on Virgin Voyages. I missed a November cruise. Oh my God. So Veterans Day, I went on an 8-day cruise to Carnival Magic. That series is out now. I got to experience country number 33, which was St. Martin. And that was a solo cruise. Cool. Then I got on 2.0. Then I got on Ascent. Then I got on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady for a solo cruise. And that kind of helped switching the dates from, that's what I was going, Thanksgiving. Switching those dates, I got a $173 credit back from Delta for switching my dates to, instead of flying back this Saturday after Thanksgiving, I flew back a Tuesday after or something, which was like December 3rd-ish. Yeah, Sunday, December 3rd. So Sunday, December 3rd, I get back home, getting adjusted to life post-cruising. Monday, I was teaching at another university. So I also taught this semester, this fall, I taught at Georgetown. So I was teaching at Georgetown in the evening, just one day a week. So I got back home and like my car had been sitting for like a while. My car over the summer months, I had like 2 major repairs. So the first repair, it had like stopped on me. I got something repaired. I can't remember what it was. Oh, he replaced the battery. Then he replaced the battery. That was like $700. Then like July, August, it started smelling like it was smoking. He replaced something. Oh, he looked under the hood and apparently a bunch of crap was burnt up. I will say, thank you, Jesus, that nothing like my car didn't catch on fire or anything. But so that was $1,200. Because in my head, I was like, I don't want a car note. I don't want a car note. I don't want a car note. Get back home from my 3 wonderful cruises. Go to the day at Georgetown. I go turn my car on. I'm like, oh yay! Like it sounded like the best it had ever sounded on December 4th. Sounded the best it ever sounded. got me to Georgetown, which I also thank God for because I teach in the evening. So, you know, I would have been stranded in Georgetown at night. Got back. Next morning, when I turned my car on, it sounded like somebody had stuck a fork in my engine. It was like, it was bad. And I was like, yep, it's time. So I had my college car since 2003. I'm sorry, it wasn't 2003. My mom got it for me in 04. And again, I told you my mom did a lot to like get me through college. So for her to buy that car was a sacrifice. The guy who she bought it to, I'm getting through the story really fast, so I'm not gonna cry. So she had like prayed over the car, got the car for $10,000. It was really cheap. And she was like, I can't afford it. The guy was like, you know, ma'am, I'm not gonna make any money off this sale, but you know, someone tells me to help you. He gave her the car for $10,000. It was really cheap, had like 14,000 miles on it. It was wild. He bought it, he sold it to her, and he called her back like a month later, a couple months later, and was like, lady, I didn't make any money off your sale, but I became like the salesman of the month. And my mom was like, that was the Lord blessing you for helping us. So Lord have mercy. So anyway, I had that car since 04. I was driving it, and finally it conked out on me. And I get like how like it's not like a pet or anything, but it was like such a sentimental car. Like everybody had drove around in it. And it conked out. So in December, I bought a vehicle. Yay. However, I had to cancel a cruise, but it worked out. So one, now I have reliable transportation because Lord knows we don't want to like end up on the side of the street. Hey, MH, we don't want to end up on the side of the street. But it was just kind of like, you know, I had to put my little 20-year-old car down. But I thank God that I was able to like be able to in position to get something else. So I love my little new vehicle. It will be around for a bit too. What else? But I canceled a cruise. So that's why I said like pivot. So December I was supposed to go on my platinum cruise on Carnival. Platinum Carnival cruise. Okay, I did cry a little bit. All right, I'm over it. So I was supposed to go on my platinum Carnival cruise. And it was just so funny the way things work. And I was getting a hunch of like, cancel this cruise, like cancel it. And thank God I did, because I canceled it before my car acted. Well, I had to buy another car, because that would have been like all the fees of like, you know, buying food, drinks, etc. that comes with like taking a cruise. And then I got to go down to North Carolina. So that was the first time I got to drive my car. My dad got to see my new car. So I went down to North Carolina. But I missed my platinum cruise. I canceled the platinum cruise. That was the first time ever canceling a cruise. Ever. So December 10th, I was supposed to be on Carnival Venezia, again, out of New York. And just had the hunch to like cancel it. I was just like, Lord, I don't know why you told me to cancel this cruise. Because I took a $470 hit for canceling it. And I don't like taking no $470 hits. So I canceled that cruise. So I didn't make so you know, if y'all knew, my goal for 2023 was to be platinum on Carnival. And I had to pivot. And I hate that, like I had to, because you know, you have a goal in your mind, etc. But you know, I just canceled it. And thankfully I did. So that was money in my pocket so I can buy a new car. And then also I had a family member who turned 70. I got to spend time with them. I got to spend time with my cousins because I'm building more of my relationship with my dad's side of the family. Because like, you know, as I was growing up, divorced parents, you only got to see one side of the family. So yeah. Who else we got? So yeah, I didn't make my goal of making Carnival, but because it's still a goal. So I'm 6 days to platinum. And here's where we'll get into, that was December. So then we'll get into like what 2024 holds, and I'll make the big announcement. Let me go through the chat really quickly. So I ended my 2023, you know, basically with a bunch of, 9 cruises total, because the December was to be 10. So 9 cruises total, 3 new countries, with a lot of new friends and people I've met through this network. So, you know, forever grateful for that, for sure. And then December was just like 2023. It was just like, it wasn't bad, but it was literally a pivot. It was pivot. Then even like as yesterday, I'm washing clothes, trying to prepare for, you know, just like having the house clean for New Year's. And sure enough, my washing machine is like not draining water. I'm like, why are the clothes still wet? Like soaking, like there's a puddle of water after the spin cycle. So now I'm like, Lord, I got to buy a new washer and dryer. So all I to say, like, for 2024, I was like, I had all these goals of like, I'm going to do all the big ships on Royal Caribbean. And as I'm reflecting, I'm like, I just need to be flexible and be open for whatever 2024 has. But we do have some trips planned. So don't you worry. Don't you worry. Get out of Sentimentalville. But I guess it's a good time because it's 27 you here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. A good time to announce what the big announcement is. And the big announcement is, effective today, my channel has memberships. Yay! So you probably see the button that there's memberships. I only have one tier. But what you get for the one tier are these things, okay? I wrote them down. So you will get, and Parker's gonna go, I stole this one from you. So you don't have to think if I stole it. I'm telling you, I stole this one from you. So you will get an exclusive weekly update from me every Sunday. It will be a picture, life updates, things behind, like you would have heard about the car. You would see my new car. Maybe I'll post that since I'm sitting here crying over my old car. But every Sunday I'll give you an exclusive update on like what I'm doing, whether it be life stuff. So some of you know what my full-time job is. You also know I have a political situation here in DC. I teach. I have a travel business. I'm a single Black woman that lives in DC. So you'll get to see all that with the membership, with exclusive posts on Sunday, just like how I'm doing. What am I thinking? What did I do? What are, the fun things that like y'all might not care about, or the rest of YouTube might not care about, but the people who are members may care about. Of course, you'll get video recognition, which most channels do. Whenever merch becomes available, you get a couple little discount here. So 2 bits of discounts. You'll get 15% off of merch whenever that becomes available. I have an idea about merch, but I'm working on the whole, like, how do I make merch go from my head to outside of my head. But what the current perk that you do get is if you book through CWC Travel Boutique. So as some of you know, I am a travel advisor. Cruising is my specialty. I do also sell some land-based. My thing is door to destination support, and I have been in 33 countries. But I also will focus on, I'm not going to sell you nothing that I haven't been to, experience, or be able to know about, because I want to offer you door to destination support. So I have all my certifications with Carnival, Royal, who else? Carnival, Royal, Virgin. But making sure that you all are taken care of that way. So if you book through CWC Travel Boutique, you will get a $25 onboard credit at the time of paying your final payment if you book through me. Then you'll also get 15% off merch whenever merch becomes available. But the cruise perk is available now because that's a feature of, or that's what I have to offer. What else we got? So you'll also have member videos, including, like, sometimes I go live, like on a ship. There will be certain things, again, that I'll just go live stream just for members to see. So, I might go live and say hi to everybody else, but members, I'll take you around the ship. Or I have never went live stream when I am traveling land-based. So I will save that for like members or some kind of exclusive lives for you. I don't want to do Zoom lives. I know people like those, but I prefer like showing you the things. So that will be a element of being a member. What else we got? You'll have early access. Oh, you'll also, members only content, have access to some lifestyle vlogs. So some things, again, that people don't care about. So like homecoming video for that. Those kind of just things, run around DC, whatever I like to do, like that I know don't fit the channel aesthetic of cruising and solo travel, and some land-based. I will put that in the members only side just for you. You'll get early trip announcements. So you will beat the Monday meetups are usually where I make the trip announcements. Mondays at 8 p.m. before a cruise or before a land-based excursion. Members will get that ahead of time. Okay. So that is available now. One tier only, and you'll be locked in. All right. So looking forward to see you on the membership side. All right. That's that plug. Let's go into the chat and we'll talk a little about 2024. And then I got to get ready for this birthday party. All right, so people are speaking to Team Reese. People are speaking to MH. Team Reese is saying our Disney cruise vlogs don't do as well as other cruise vlogs either, but that's our fave line. So there will be more regardless. Yes, document for yourself. Folks are speaking to Parkers on the Go and speaking to Jen. Uncle Nearest is in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Thank you, Kristen. So is the closest place to fly is Nashville or Memphis? Let them know in the chat. The Jen Danielle says, we ain't never going to forget Phil and D again. No, we won't. We won't. So cool. Hey, 28 people, welcome in. Phil and D says, oh, so it wasn't SIG's group cruise. It was the Parker's BYOC 3.0 group cruise on the Ascent. Good to know. Basically, Phil and D want to know how they got left out of the Ascent. Kristen says she is here for allegedly. Come on, girls. Allegedly, yeah, I was kind of envisioning Siobhan allegedly could be either like whenever there's like a heavy gossip day, or like if it's not heavy gossip, nothing serious in the news, then like you and Brandon can do y'all thing. I don't know, but whatever you want to do, let me know. Keep me posted. But I just know Kristen be knowing about all the people. I'm sorry, Gina's World says September 2023, girls trip on Carnival Horizon to the ABC Islands. So much fun. Yes, I want to do, and I think I want to do that itinerary on Horizon because I've done Aruba, I have not done Bonaire. So I did A and C, but I have not done A, B, and C. So I want to see Bonaire for sure. Adrian says homecoming. Yeah, Adrian, I have some stuff, but I haven't put it out there, but I think I'll make that one available and other lifestyle stuff available to members. The Jack Daniel's distillery is in Lynchburg, Tennessee. Make sure you go to Miss Mary Bobo's. That sounds like a restaurant. I told you, Kristen, be knowing. Kristen, you better be charging these curation fees, girl. Siobhan says, September, we did our first speaking engagement where our beautiful friend COC popped up and surprised us then on to Houston for the Your Winning Plan series where we finally met Phil and D's. We got to see everybody in September. And yeah, so even Siobhan, that was like my car being on its, like I didn't even trust my car to get me from DC to Baltimore, which was like 45 minutes. So when I actually woke up, I borrowed one of my friend's cars and went to meet y'all. But see, now the Lord has blessed. I have a vehicle that I can trust to get me to Baltimore, get me to North Carolina, get me all up and down the corridor so I can see people whenever they're in town without worrying about being straight on the side of the road. So that is amazing. However, it will impact, and that's where I'm getting to 2024. I have to be strategic about these cruises. So we'll get into that in a second. I'm just going to try to burn through some of these comments a little bit. October, NYC for the second time solo, met up with my girl Carla. Yes, and y'all were so cute on your stories. So Kristen met with Carla Gatling, and that's what this is all about. Like, it's no fun to just be a creator and you only talk to the people that your family members. Like, get to meet people. So Kristen and Carla hung out, and they met, I think they met on Sisterhood at Sea. And then when Kristen went to NYC, they connected again. Well, they went to go see the Book of Hove exhibit, Magnolia Bakery, and two of the top bars, which included Double Chicken and the second in the world, or I messed it all up. And they also said Cantania Kitten, number 27 in the world. So look at you collecting world bars, Kristen. I love it. Mario Kart Gate was a whole thing. So in October, Siobhan said they went to Halloween Horror Nights. In November, of course, the lovely Celebrity Ascent. Did I talk about the Celebrity Ascent? Favorite cruise. There we go. Siobhan, oh Lord, they're still Mario Karting. Sig says it feels like we're all friends and sisters already. For sure. It was, again, like sometimes you just never know, and you're just like, is this a good choice? And it totally was. So good to connect with you, Sig. Siobhan said December was just sad, so we won't talk about it. Yes, December was interesting. And even like in the personal side, I told Siobhan like something that happened when I went in my visit to North Carolina. But it was a moment that was like, I learned I need to speak my truth. And it's not all about just smiling and pretending and going along to get along. Like I had to tell a connection to the family that, how I felt about them. So December was interesting. It was interesting. It was a lot of growing up for me in December. a lot of adulting. But I'm happy to be on this side of January for sure. The Jen Danielle says, I gotta book the SIG in 2024. Yes, you do. Because SIG in there's an ATM. It's in a very walkable community. It's clean. It's spacious. It has a wonderful couch. And it has a water dispenser. Highly recommend SIG in. I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. Team Reese says, November, I did my first side-by-side carnival celebration to Celebrity Ascent with all of you fine people. And that was interesting because that hike from Miami to Fort Lauderdale seems like no joke. Because I learned about Miami Uber drivers, Jesus, between September and September and November trips. The Sig Inn and Suites. December, Kristen went to NOLA for her birthday. Amazing time. She went to Jewel of the South, the number 49 bar in the world, and number 5. She did a swamp boat tour with Dalton. That was a thrill. Child, give me the bars, whole swamp boat. I'm glad you had a good time. 6 says, no, that bar scene doesn't happen to me when I'm alone. First, you had a couple on the ship. Now the bar. There's a trend there. So apparently it's me. It's not Sig. But that dude at the bar, that was really, really, really weird. So let me see. Oh, the Jen Danielle experience. She just getting out of her bed at the end. Oh, everybody's welcoming Jen, etc. Okay, so let's talk about 2024. What do we have lined up, and then what is kind of like influx because of C has a vehicle now that like apparently some of my cruise funds has to go to. All right, so of course, and I have to be mindful of the members get the perks. So 2024, so I'm be very coded for this one, but 2024 will start with a cruise for sure. So there's nothing in January, I don't think. Nothing in January. Then we start with a cruise. There'll be a couple cruises actually. And basically anything that I had scheduled before, my plan is to anything before July is definitely locked in because all those trips are either paid for or almost paid for. Because my family, I think, my family trip is almost paid for, and another trip is almost paid for. However, I'll say it, Utopia on out, it can go any which way. However, there is a special group cruise that I'll tell you about, and if you're interested in joining us, come along because I'm making sure I get on that one. So anything July is a little shaky. However, October, there is a reincarnation of BYOC. Who we got here? There's a reincarnation of BYOC that will make it out of the group chat. And we are getting on Celebrity Beyond with Parker's gonna go, Sig, Jen. Are we supposed to be telling people? I don't know. There's some people who are allegedly going. I'm doing bad at this already. So if you are interested, this is not like a formal group cruise. So like, if you are interested in coming along, like you have to be a person who can like hold your own for yourself because it's really like not a lot of like planned activities. It's really like a come kick it cruise. But that'll be on Celebrity Beyond October 10th through the something. If you are 13th, I can give you the dates. But it's on Celebrity Beyond because we had such a great time on Ascent. And I'll be on it, so I'll let y'all know that one. That will be the only thing I will let y'all know ahead of the members. Let me get this right. October 13th. October 13th is 6 nights on Celebrity Beyond. We go to, where are we going? Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Bimini. So if you're interested in seeing the celebrity cruise lines, feel free to hit me up or any of the people I mentioned up because we're happy to book you, but hang out. It's a come kick it. It's not going to be a lot of like flair. It's truly like if you are a low maintenance cruiser, but you want to experience celebrity, you want to hang out with some folks, you're more than welcome. You won't be like feeling D and feel like you are the person who didn't know what's happening. So there you go. My email is seeitwithc@gmail.com, but also the other people that you can hear on their channels, you can book with them. But come hang out. Come hang out. It's really a come hang out cruise. And of course, if you want more of like a group cruise experience, there's, of course, I think there's a Parker family group cruise. Then Melanie C's having 3.0. They're having 2.5 on Virgin. So there's all those as well. But if you're more interested in like, I'm going to lay on this Lido deck and then I might go have dinner with people, this is the experience for you. So yeah, all I have to say for 2024, all my trips are planned. For my birthday in June, there is a land-based vacation that members will find out first. But June will be, I think June, are you gonna be my first? June will be my first land-based. I'm hoping to get a couple of more land-based in, waiting to hear back with some friends. Again, looking at this new budget with life, having a car, nope. And possibly having to buy a washer and dryer. um, but basically from like Utopia on out, we're gonna be up in the air. But I think the word, again, like I said, for y'all for 2024 for me is gonna be either pivot or something about flexible. So even the whole piece about I had remember I told y'all my goal for 2024 is supposed to be book all the royal big ships and suits, sell them. Well, here comes my word for the year, pivot, because I have those booked. However, a couple of those one got canceled, so I can get on the BYOC reincarnation, the Kick It cruise. I canceled Wonder of the Seas to go with the crew to Celebrity Beyond. But all the big ships for Royal for me, minus Icon, are booked for 2024. However, I might be eating a couple deposits. So we'll see. But you're going to get content. You're still going to get cruises. There's land-based. You're going to get all the things because if you know me, I traveled before this channel, and I'm going to keep traveling through life, responsibility, etc. And you all will come along with me. All right. So Sig says, oh, wait, I missed November. November was MSC Magnifica. Enjoyed it. Then the Celebrity Ascent, which is the darling of all of our lives right now. We all love Celebrity Ascent. Yay, we got a question. First question. Go Vic Go says, out of all your cruises for 2023, what was your favorite? Celebrity Ascent. Y'all see the inaugural season flex? It was. Celebrity Ascent was my favorite cruise for 2023 for sure, hands down. I came off of MSC hungry. Celebrity fed me. Comfortable accommodations. It gave resort vibes. It gave very inclusive. Again, the buffet was always open. I love the resort feel of like the Lido deck where it's really like cushioned couches. The only like downside for Ascent, which I would say they got it together, but initially I was having a hard time, and I'm not sure because the staff was new, but it took them a long time for like a couple times for waiters to like wait on me or walking past me. And I can't remember if it was like after I said on a live or like just had a better day one of the days, or maybe the guys at the pool deck like started to get to know me and they didn't pass me up. Like even one guy, I was in another line and he came up and he was like, you need another Sauvignon Blanc? And I was like, my cup is full, but come back in 5 minutes. So anywho, it was like a little bit of slow on the service and kind of filling themselves out. And like literally was in the buffet that first day and was like getting walked past by some of the waiters, but it got better towards the end of the cruise. Once I like started making some relationships with some of the wait staff. But solid ship. I don't even know why they have 3-day preview cruises. That's a tease. But it also, the good news of a short cruise is it inspired a bunch of us to like get back together and make it an annual thing because a lot of us are celebrating again big birthdays. So again, come celebrate with us in October so you can experience Celebrity Beyond and all the wonderfulness that the celebrity experience, especially that Edge class, has to offer. Gina's World says, November 2023, hubby and I went on the MSC Meraviglia, first MSC, first time in Yacht Club. It was wonderful. I don't know if I could do your MSC without it. You know, I got to try this with the Yacht Club life because I will say, where the commoners are like me, it'd be rough sometimes. Like MSC be having you fight for your life for food, for service. You literally get an acute ship with views and everything else you're going to have to finagle. Team Reach Travel says Sig loves her margaritas. Who we got? Phil D says December is when you got y'all friend D back on Royal. Freedom of the Seas, which was a great cruise. Yes, I heard Joseph Sykes highly recommended Freedom of the Seas. So if y'all looking for Royal with a less stuck-up atmosphere, apparently Freedom is that ship for you. Sig says, I will cook next time. Sig is lying because Sig told me she said, this is your first time here, and the next time you are on your own whenever I visit her house. So I won't hold my breath on Sig cooking a meal at all. Hey, Jaretha Parker. Jaretha was my table mate on 2.0. Nice to see you in here, Jaretha. Happy New Year. So glad to meet you in 2023. Folks are speaking to Jaretha. Adrian says, oh God, I need to change this picture. Hey, new thumbnail in 2024. Okay. Who else you got? Parker's gonna go says, so are y'all joining us on BYOC 2024 Celebrity Beyond October? Tell them COC. Yes, again, if you are looking for a laid back atmosphere, but with good people, maybe your version of group cruising isn't like a bunch of activities, or you can hold your own, or you kind of want to, have a day in the spa, but people to connect with, like either sitting on the Lido deck or like, again, dinner or in the evening for martini bar, whatever. This is the event for you to just come and kick it. And like, we literally, our thing is, we're going to find somewhere in the evening to sit, have some drinks, and just talk and catch up on life. And then during the day, people are scattered. So I like the pool. Sig, I don't know what Sig likes. Sig likes the bars and the bartender. Parker's going to go, and Regina liked the activities inside. So yeah, I saw Jen was in the solarium and the side pool. So like, we're kind of a little scattered on the day doing our own thing. We got to like plan about like what, life off the ship is going to be like. But in the evenings, we all found ourselves like together. And we were, Siobhan tried a mezcal margarita. So good times. Kristen says, when Jesus takes the wheel, we'll roll with it. And thank you, Kristen. I needed to hear that, because I'm a very planned, controlled person. And I literally I remember the day where I was like, okay, 2024, I have everything booked. I think I had posted that. Like I booked my 2024, thought I knew everything I was going to do. And it was like, skirt, like, nope. So my word, I think, for 2024 is being flexible, ready for the pivot, be ready for the pivot. So I thought I was gonna be on Royal Big Ships. I thought it was gonna be my goal. I thought I was gonna be platinum on Carnival by the end of 2023. And all those things are gonna happen, just not in the time frame that I had initially thought it was gonna happen, but they're gonna happen. Hi, Melina. Welcome in. Love your Mickey ears. Gina's World says, what does BYOC stand for? Yes, it is bring your own cruise, or bring your own crazy, whatever you want. But essentially, it was Parker's had their initial, they have to explain it, but their initial group was, group cruise name was BYOC. And everybody asked the same question, what does bring BYOC is? So they rebranded their group cruise. But when we were planning this together, we were like, well, this Celebrity Beyond is literally like it's come as you are. We're going to connect when we connect, and kick it when we can. So that's it. Chris, so Sig is saying, yay, 2024, congratulations, congrats. Membership. Oh yeah, y'all excited about the memberships. What do y'all think? I mean, I think those are pretty good things. I had to think about it. I wanted to make sure there was something that whenever I offer it, like it was going to inspire me to give to members. I didn't want to say I was going to give all these things and then be like, oh, this is like a task. This is so extra, or I'm not fully committed to whatever the membership was. So yeah, if you're just coming in, I've rolled out memberships. The perks are listed in the memberships. So hope you will join me on the membership side. But essentially, it's going to be, lifestyle posts about what's happening to me that I stole from the Parkers on Sundays. But other things like perks related to, onboard credit if you book through my travel business, lifestyle, exclusive vlogs, priority membership announcements, those kind of things coming straight to members. And we got one tier. So get in where you fit in. Parker's is saying, on the go, it says, it's not stealing if you give credit. We got to get back on it. Last quarter 2024 has been crazy. Yeah, but I when I saw that, because I was thinking, I remember Go Big Go was like, do you have memberships? And she said that like way back, I can't remember when that was, like April or so. And I was like, no, because I wanted to be very intentional about what I offer. And I didn't want to say I was going to do something and not be able to provide. And then y'all are looking at me like this is a scam. So Okay, Siobhan says contact me about merch. She got me. Cool. I might also have to contact Shay for the design. I have the idea of what I want, but I don't know what the aesthetic is. Sharks and Boat says drop the membership link. Oh, I'm so far behind. Okay, let me get up. Looking for the join button. Is it up yet? I don't know. It got approved this morning. So if it's not up, it might also be on your laptop and not on your phone. I'm new to the membership thing. Oh, it's not there. Okay, I must have to push another button. But I know they Google approved the memberships this morning, so now I gotta look. Thank y'all for letting me know. Gina's Roll will say I was trying to get to platinum on Carnival 20 days. I could have done it years ago, but I'm not monogamous. I'm trying to focus, but I like other line as well. Yeah, and you know what? The goal of platinum on Carnival is a family goal. That's why I like. So my family's heavy on Carnival Cruise Lines. But you know what? Like I told y'all, there's beauty even in the pivot, and like even when you have to change something. When something looks bad, it's actually good. So one of my cousins will turn platinum with me when we do our family cruise in May coming. So it will be a family celebration versus me going on this cruise, turning platinum solo. Because the only reason why I ever wanted to be platinum was because my cousins, we were like rooming together one time on a family trip, and we were like, how many days you got? How many days you got? And my cousins have promised me, if you are listening, that they will try other cruise lines when they turn platinum or when we turn platinum. So the quicker they get to platinum, the quicker I can get my cousins on all these other trips. So that's really what the platinum goal is. It's not a super allegiance. I do appreciate Carnival because it was my first line. So I do have some allegiance there. It has a special place in my heart. And I'm just kind of I'm a very, I don't know, things mean things to me. So Carnival was my first cruise ever. So I'm gonna stick beside it. Yeah, my family members have said once they get platinum on Carnival, they would try other cruise lines. And so I think a couple of us turn platinum, and then another cousin will be like right behind us. So anywho, Misha Rose is saying, I've been hearing a lot of bad things about MSC. I took the Meraviglia in December, had a great time, super clean, great service, but my expectations were low based on feedback I read. And yeah, Misha, I came in the same way. Meraviglia wasn't bad, and I want to say Seascape wasn't bad, but for me, MSC is not a cruise line that like. When I was on Meraviglia, there were a lot of first-time cruisers because they were offering a travel agent deal. So a lot of agents were bringing their family members on. And a lot of people were complaining because it was their first time cruising. And I was just like, this is not a first-time cruiser ship. Although I had one of my clients, why does it start? One of my clients, I put her on that cruise for, or actually the same cruise I went on for her birthday. And one of them was a first-time cruiser. And they had a blast because I called them and I was asking them about like, did you feel like any racism? Did you feel like you were overlooked, et cetera? And Misha, she said the same thing. She said, I did some research. I heard this, and this can happen. She said, I knew it was on European lines. So the food might not taste how I was expecting. And they had a great time. I'll just say for me, I had a better time on Meraviglia than I did on Seascape. But they're both like there are certain cruise lines that have impeccable service. Carnival for me has decent, pretty good service for the price that you pay, while people try to but I think Carnival has decent customer service, like really actually pretty good customer service. Celebrity customer service through the roof. MSC is just service. like sometimes you'll run into somebody who's like doing above and beyond. And then sometimes like when I first got on a ship on Seascape, I literally was like, because I went to Hola Tacos and I was like, okay, my thing is going on MSC, go to Hola Tacos because I know the buffet is crazy. It's crazy. So when I walked into Hola Tacos, I know on the app it says it's open. However, they're setting up. And so I was like standing there, nobody like said anything. So I was like, hey, are you open? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, usually you'll say more. Then I was like, oh, well, should I seat myself or are you going to seat me? And then instead of them saying like yes or no, the first thing that they say to me is, it's an upcharge. And I was like, yeah, I know that. And that's why I'm here, because I don't want to go to the buffet. So like, are you going to seat me or am I going to seat myself? So the lady was like, well, he's the one that needs to do it. And I was like, okay, well, it looks like you need an extra moment because you're trying to get yourself together. But I'm like, just letting you know, I'm not going away. Like it says you're opening the app. I'm willing to wait 10 minutes. You let me sit down, but like you calling yourself ignoring me, like I can be equally as annoying. So they eventually let me sit, and then I think I'm not sure, but like eventually, like I mean, maybe once he got his stuff situated, his customer service came up, and actually that was, if you look at my MSC Seascape vlog, you start noticing like he keeps coming over to like say like, not vlog. I went live on the MSC Seascape live stream, and you start noticing he keeps coming over in the middle of the live stream. I'm like, oh, I'm good. The same person that kept interrupting that live stream would not like serve me for like 10 minutes. So it's that, yeah, it's like those kind of things you have to prepare yourself for MSC. Or like Regina and I went to go sit down to have lunch one day, and like the steakhouse is completely empty, and they're like, no, I'm sorry, a lot of tacos is completely empty, and they're like, we're fully booked. And they did this to me on Maravillia too. It was completely empty on Maravillia, and they were like, we're booked. And I'm like, yeah, we're at Ocean Cay. Like nobody's about to come to Ola Talk. You can't be booked. So then they were like, I'm like, it's just one of me. And they sat me. So it's like, whereas Carnival will be like, oh, can I, let me see what I can do. Can I put somebody here? Can I build a table? MSC just be like, go to hell. So, but I like cruising. I like vacationing. I know how to pivot to have the best experience possible for me. But if you don't know when to spot the BS, MSC will wear you clean out. Tristan said I had to jump on my laptop. I don't see the button for the membership. Okay, I gotta figure it out. It just went got approved, so now I gotta look and see where the button is. In the words of Color Purple, push the button. Make sure it can't wait. Parkinson Will says you can book with a travel agent or on your own. We just want to have fun. Yeah. So the BYOC Celebrity Beyond, even because I know like Miss Vicky is a travel agent. Like you don't have to, you can book whoever you want. Like if you want help from us, if you want any of the extra perks, I think Siobhan might be offering some perks. I usually throw in, or maybe Siobhan's doing, let me shut up. Siobhan's doing a couples group cruise, which is another one that y'all are interested in. They're doing that on Celebrity Ascent. But like some people just have perks through, whatever their agencies have. So if you want to do that, great. If you want to book your own because you are a TA and you like your commission, do that. We just want to hang out, want to have fun. But if you want extra support, there are several of us who are TAs who are more than willing to help, and just reach out to us. Phil and D's Travel Suite says, can't wait to see the vlogs. Yes, they're coming. Right now I'm on Carnival Magic. I'm wrapping up Carnival Magic series. There should be a new video. I do videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Carnival Magic's video. I have 2 more videos. So I think the next video for Thursday is going to be Puerto Rico and St. Thomas. And then I'll have 1 more for Grand Turk. And then after that, I should be doing, because I'm going to do them in order because it just gives me less anxiety. Then will be the Melanin at Sea. So basically, you should see Carnival Magic, Melanin at Sea vlogs, Virgin Voyage vlogs. And then by that time, I should be on my February cruise. Adrian says, made your plans yet for your birthday? Yes. So in June, I'm taking a land-based trip. And because of these lovely memberships, I can't tell you yet. However, you'll find out. But June, I have booked a land-based trip with my friends. And yeah, it'll be 4 days and it'll be international. So can't wait to tell y'all what that is. And for that one too, it could be a solo because the way my friends are acting, we have a bunch of birthdays and everybody's trying to figure out whose trip is who's going on, etc. And basically, like I do everything else. If I'm going, I am going. And if anybody else comes, they're coming. But I do think I have 2 friends who are committed. So it should be a group of at least 3 of us. But we'll see. So yes, I have the 40th booked. The ticket has been purchased. That came actually postcard. I was like, that's why I said anything after July outside of the BYOC, I don't know what could happen with that. And granted, I have like 9 cruises booked, but like I have to figure something out now with just life. I must have said that at the same time. Gina's Rose says, after seeing all the Celebrity Ascent vlogs, I researched and booked the Maiden. Excel, excited for that. Yeah. And Gina, you'll be on with a bunch of folks I know. Wink, wink. Parkinson Ghost says, the preview cruise made me mad. Yeah. And especially because like I was tired. I was tired from 2.0 or I was sick, something. I just ain't have it in me. So I was kind of like, yeah. The 3 days was not enough. And like, I think it was tired, and I was tired and hungry. Yeah. I was tired and hungry. So the only thing I wanted to do was like go to buffet and sit on the Lido deck. So I was outside sitting all day long in the sun, watching the Lido activities, which they had really great Lido activities. But yeah, literally in the morning I would get up, get my stuff on, and go sit perched somewhere. Team Reach Travel said, Sig ain't cooking. Where's the food truck? Dang, Sig, they doing you wrong. Ken Hill says, it was suggested to do Yacht Club for my trip in March. The price was $2,500 extra. I have an extended balcony with drink package and Wi-Fi for $1,100 solo. Yeah, that's a choice. I mean, I think it's doable. However, I mean, I gotta see what the Yacht Club has, but I just know they have their own restaurant, etc. And then again, the way the buffet life is set up in MSC with its short hours, and then the people are acting crazy with how they're accessing the buffet, and then the cultural differences of some people think the line is this way, some people think the line is that way. I will say Seascape has a better buffet design, because on Meraviglia, the way they had the line set up, you didn't know which was the start. So one person on this side would think that they were right, and then this person think they were right, and they would get in the middle and be pissed at each other. So Seascape was at least better with how they structured the lines, but it was still just crowds and a lot of shenanigans. So I would bid on Yacht Club though. I would bid on Yacht Club, and I've also heard this. Yeah, I'll keep that tip to myself. Maybe I'll share it with members. But there's a hack allegedly for yacht clubs that I met somebody on Meraviglia that they swear by it, and it's worked. So Parkinson Go says, you can find something with all of us, but it's a good time. Yes. Sig says, I found where I was while everyone was at the silent disco on Ascent. I was admiring the seats in the celebrity. Why were you in the celebrity lifeboat, Sig? See, if you like exploring lifeboats on cruise ships, come with us on a Celebrity Beyond, because who finds those? Jaretha says she's taking her granddaughter on Jubilee for her fall break. Cool. Oh, thank you, Jaretha Parker, for your super sticker. Much appreciated. And good to see you. Much love to you. And again, really enjoy spending time with you on 2.0 and getting to meet you in person. I love when like you get to put the name to the face, and not just put the name to the face, but like put the name to the face, and you're actually like cool. You're cool. So nice meeting you, Jaretha. Sig says, I was worried about MSC too. Had a great time on the Magnifica. Wasn't my best cruise, but it was still good. I will go again. Cool. Yeah, and then that was a good vlog, because you said that was the first time you were at the Magnifica. I mean, sorry, first time Magnifica was in Miami, because it was previously cruising international. Kelly says, I had a bad experience at Ola Taco Bar. Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a guy and a lady there. And the lady, like, I also noticed that like MSC, but they need to make it clear. They have people who are behind the bar who are literally not supposed to wait on you. But when you're standing there waiting for service, you're thinking like these people are like not, and the truth is like they can't, like they're not, and they need to do a better job of like identifying these people or something. But like people, and I also noticed, here's a hack for MSC. You are better off finding the people who are running around with the iPads and getting them to take your order than you are with going to the bar staff. So there's also somebody like at the bar, or people at the bar who are dedicated to just taking the iPad orders. So it makes it look like there's people who, I mean, now I also think they also ignore you too, but there are also people who are like, literally their job is to do their job. And so it looks like you're standing there and you're like, well, why didn't this person wait on me? And that's because they're literally the dedicated bar staff for the iPads. And I actually got better service with the people, the waitresses, than I did with like going sitting and stand at the bar. And that was even when the bar was like empty. When we were in there singing Disney songs that one day, I was better off getting the wine with the lady walking past me, even when I was sitting right at the bar. I gotta keep it PG, so that's my, Parkers on Go is offering perks for the BYOC on Beyond. So yes, so pick your favorite person or book your own. And we still don't know why Sig was in the lifeboats. Sig, were you drunk? Like, how did you get in? Did you think the magic carpet was a lifeboat? Like, what was happening here? Oh yes, Kristen, the dates. So final before I close out, thank y'all for being here on this wonderful morning. Happy New Year. And looking forward to great things in 2024. We have again some stuff planned, and we have some things that will be evolving, and you'll come along with me. But I just appreciate you all as a community. I love again that I have learned to know some of you all on a more personal level. If I haven't met you yet, looking forward to possibly meeting you in 2024. But yes, the dates for BYOC 2024 to come celebrate big birthdays and just kick it are October 13th through the 19th, which is over the, if you have Columbus Day off, right? Or Indigenous Peoples Day, whatever your state calls it. Sunday, October 13th through Saturday, October 19th is out of Port Everglades. So that makes it even more accessible since it's cheaper to fly into Fort Lauderdale. SIG will be hosting a bar tour around her neighborhood, but to my knowledge, SIG Inn and Suites is fully booked this trip. So you will have to find other accommodations, but we're going to have a great time just celebrating ourselves all year, especially it'll be the end of 2024. So we can celebrate almost making it through, another great year. And hopefully new friendships and new opportunities through our channels. Mishi says MSC buffet was out of control. There was a group of about 3,000 people and they caused the crew staff all types of drama. They ran out of food because the group just hoarded everything. Their buffet is weird. I'm just never, and it makes me nervous to the point that I don't want to eat because I just don't feel like I need to immediately go into the dining room and feel like I got to go into the Hunger Games and fight for food. Keep on the Griffins. Hey, welcome in. Says, hey, happy New Year. Hope the year's off to an amazing start. All the great wishes in 2024. Thank you so much. Sig is checking. Check your IG inbox after this. See, will do for sure. Kristen got the dates. It's a 6-day. We're going to Cozumel, Grand Cayman, and Bimini. And she found it. It's just one day. All righty. So again, y'all, welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Carlene. This is my channel, CA with C. I usually do a Monday meetup when I'm going to travel, but this is a special edition to basically recap 2023 and all the great things, all the moments of pivot, and then highlight what's there in store for 2024. And of course, as I travel, you all come along with me. Enjoy your day of rest. And again, Happy New Year to you all. And I'll see you in the YouTube streets. Bye.